Players at the ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? On my release.
Tonight, I'll be eating roasted cauliflower tacos with spicy chipotle sauce. Thank you. Oh! Yeah! I wasn't ready!
You want cheese to go with that wine?
Am I in the right spot? Dude, they need to get the names right. We're already live. Go ahead. What color I am?
All right, welcome everybody to the American Air Hockey League.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the American Air Hockey League. I'm Tyler Saylor, providing your commentary for this evening. Tonight's matchup consists of pro versus amateur matches, including our main event this evening. Our final match will be a fans' choice event, which we will vote down in the comments below of who should be duking it out on the battlefield. Tyson and Ethan are making their first debut on the battlefield tonight. Pardon me. Tonight's matchup includes Tyson and Ethan, including their first debut of tonight's evening, which, oh my gosh. Sorry. Tyson and Ethan, once again, are making their first debut tonight as going against the pros in our American Air Hockey League. Will the pros dominate the field, or will the amateurs rise the rank? Only one way to find out. Handing it off to Mr. Caleb Buss. Caleb, how are you feeling tonight?
All right, here we go. So it looks like we have Anthony versus Tyler to start things off here. And joined here today with me is Carlisle. Carlisle, how are you feeling about this match?
Feeling very excited about this match. We've got ourselves. I've seen a lot from Anthony recently, especially downtown at Jeremy's Downtown Arcade here in Nampa, and he's very, very good at this. He's a master of deception. He knows how to bait you into getting contact. He knows how to really make sure that he can make himself win this game. I'm really excited to see it.
That's something that I love to see about these players. You know, people just think, oh, you're just hitting a puck across the table, but there is a lot of tactician technique that you put involved here, and you know, the person with the greater mind tends to take advantage of the table. It looks like Tyler getting a little bit of time there. Now, I haven't seen too much of Tyler myself, but I did see a little bit of him yesterday night. How are you feeling about Tyler?
Oh, Tyler's one of those where you think that he's just another rookie. He's just someone that could easily be walked over, but he is anything but. He's a rookie that has the composure of a pro, a veteran even, that he's been known to make some upsets throughout the Idaho Gold Cup tournaments over the past couple of weeks that I have seen. I wouldn't be surprised to see another one here tonight.
Absolutely, you know. And so here we are. It looks like the puck went off the table. And now 1-0. Tyler taking the first point.
Just like
Great
that.
job there.
And just like that, we got another one.
A left wall under. Nice quick shot there by Anthony, getting the point back. And let's see what's going on in the chat. We got Call SD. What's up? Hey, what's going on with you? Yo, yo, yo. And let's see, it looks like on the other chat, we got a couple people. It looks like Rudis saying, woohoo, can't wait. That's right, we are now live. Welcome in. And it's now 1-1. Anthony ranked number 4, Tyler ranked number 12, but Tyler doing a really great job holding his own right now.
He's really holding his own. He's really taking the fight straight to Anthony. Just like
Absolutely.
that, scoring
now,
again.
A nice right wall over. You can see here in the replay, he takes it and he hits it, and it just deep right wall over. A great job. Those are always some of the hardest ones to defend against. I find that, you know, unders and cuts are a lot easier to defend against than crosses and overs.
Indeed. But Anthony's got his own ways of making it and scoring the points. But Tyler's scoring right back.
Dude, just taking advantage here. Look at this. You can see both players are much better than your average player, and you can tell this just by the way that they're holding their paddle, using the 3-finger technique. How do you feel about that technique?
It's a technique that it works for some. It doesn't work for others. It depends on what kind of style you like. That's the majesty of air hockey. There's so many different ways for it to work, but we're seeing it work here for Anthony right here and now.
Absolutely. 2-4. You know, Tyler
3-4.
4-3. He's still up.
Tyson's still up. He's still getting a good lead. Still taking full control of it, taking shots where he needs to, but he's not being too aggressive. He's taking his time, but he's scoring just as easily. Up by
Absolutely.
2, 5-3. And 5-4. We're getting ourselves back and forth. Got ourselves a game here.
Tyson is I think I accidentally called him Tyler earlier, but Tyson, he is really showing he's got what it takes. 6-4.
And Anthony's scoring right back. One's 1 point
Is
away.
Tyson gonna take game 1?
He might just do it.
A little bit of an upset for this matchup. You know, Anthony being ranked number 4 right now.
Game 6.
There it is, 6-6. The first game starting this whole thing off. Who's gonna take game 1?
You can see right now.
Tyson. You can see that Tyson, you know, he's got a little bit of the diamond drift right there.
Yeah, he's using
going and he's going for that forehand shot. Look at those forehand shots he's using. You know, those are definitely hard ones to block.
Yeah,
but Anthony blocking every single one there. Anthony really needs to get time with the puck right now. Tyson's just had it this whole time. Eventually, he's gonna make it if he doesn't get it. There it is.
Unbelievable. Taking his sweet time, but making it count, making every single second count. What a play.
Tyson, the underdog in this matchup, taking game 1, a solid 7-6 close matchup. Anthony's gonna have to step up his game a little if he wants to show why he's ranked number 4.
Indeed he has.
Now, I think that we have the poll up now where you can vote between Anthony and Tyson. Who do you think's gonna win? So I guess we'll find out here shortly. Now going over to the chat, we got Sarah Man in the chat. Show me! One of our fun slogan call-outs that they do over in North Carolina. Good times.
Good times indeed.
And we got a couple people that were watching the stream yesterday here today as well. The god of the Uchiha clan. Hi, I was watching the live stream yesterday. Well, welcome in today. You know, here we are doing it at the studio, and we got a couple of great players versing each other right now, and it looks like they're off to game number 2.
We're already getting scores. We're already getting rapid scores. 2-1 in favor of Tyson.
A nice cross there by him, taking that lead from Anthony now. Is Tyson gonna take a second game from Anthony? What's going on? Anthony needs a little bit of help here.
Yeah, I love how Tyson's being patient. He's not being too aggressive. He's pretty much just letting it happen. But Anthony's taking full advantage of it just as much. 2-2. We've got ourselves a tie game once again.
Right, a good cut there by Anthony tying it up. You know, the thing I've noticed with Anthony right now is he has a lot of wobbly shots, and then he'll get this one just clean shot that you ain't blocking.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like some of those shots that he takes, they almost act as distractions to take you off of your game, and then as soon as he has an open cut, you can just take it, and he scores just as easily. It's so effective, and it's why he's ranked number 4. Now
look at that transition.
My goodness.
Gets a masterful touch on that with a forehand cross. A nice shot there by Anthony, showing why he's number 4. you know, he just needed a little bit of time to warm up, and now he's taking control of this match.
And now we're seeing the master at work.
Almost shoots it in on himself there.
Almost did. Now Tyson in
So
full
Carlisle,
control.
You know, this is the first time meeting you. You know, you were over there at the arcade on the Sunday Night Live. You know, what's your history with air hockey and whatnot?
Well, air hockey for me, I've always been playing it every time I go to the arcade, but only over the past couple of weeks have I really started to get serious with it. Started to learn the moves, started to learn the methods, and just, it's one of those easy to learn, hard to master kind of sports. It's one where anybody of any age can just jump in and really start working their way through to becoming these pros that we're seeing right here and now.
And isn't that the beauty of it?
It really
And you know, the
is.
thing, I think one of the reasons why this sport didn't take off insanely fast, right? You know, you go back in time and you think about it and you go, man, this is such a fun sport. You know, as kids, as adults, it doesn't matter your age. You remember having only good times playing on the air hockey table. But why isn't it a huge thing? Why didn't it explode? Well, my understanding and feeling behind that is probably because the tables cost a bit, right? And then, you know, most people who go to play on a table has to pay, you know, a certain amount of quarters just to play. So you know, it's a little bit expensive, I think, for most people who are just, you know, there to have fun rather than turn it into a big sport. But here we are now, you know, bringing it into a massive thing for the AAHL.
Indeed, and having the AAHL being here and bringing these kind of opportunities at the Idaho Gold Cups here for these tournaments, it's a really nice opportunity for amateurs to learn their craft, work their way up, for pros against pros versus amateurs, and of course, with the nature of a playoff format, with any playoff format, you get to see upsets, you get to see David versus Goliath, you get to see Cinderella stories, and isn't that what we love about sports in general, not just air hockey?
Absolutely, and it's like when it's live too, you know, it's like experiencing a game for the first time. You know, when you're there at the live, new things happen, and to be able to see it firsthand, something, it can be so exciting and extraordinary for everyone.
And
now I'm gonna go over here to the
on.
chat real quick. It looks like you know, because we got two chats going on. So right here we have Chubby saying, "Love from Texas. This is peak cinema." Absolutely. We
Absolute
got,
cinema, if you may.
Right. We got Theo saying, "Love from Pittsburgh. We appreciate all the love and support. Remember, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, like and subscribe, and you know, catch us every Monday night, Sunday night, and sometimes Saturday night as well. And as we get bigger and better, we'll try to do more and more lives." Now, 1-1 Anthony taking it just barely. Another, I believe it was another 7-6 match.
It was indeed another 7-6, and as we were watching it very closely, I was looking at Anthony's coming back from, I believe, down from 4-6 and working his way back. It's like no player is giving each other, is truly getting the advantage. They're both working at it. Each person trading point after point after point after point, and they're fighting for it. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to the full 7.
Right. And that's kind of, you know, crazy because Tyson, he's ranked number 12, but you know, he hasn't really been out here on the Monday Night Lives, but you know, now here he is because he wants to prove himself. He ain't number 12 anymore is what he's saying. He's trying to say, look, I can compete with some of these top players, and you know, we'll find out tonight. Is he going to take it, or is Anthony?
Yeah, indeed.
You know, and if you're watching right now, remember you can vote in the poll who you think's going to take this W. You know, I still think it's going to be Anthony, but I don't know. Tyson's looking pretty good out there.
As we're taking as we're going more and more into this game, we're starting to see it's starting to get harder and harder to say. It's not really a clear fate who's going to take the victory.
Right. And now Anthony with a little bit of
3.
control here.
Taking control.
He goes for offhands. A lot of offhand by both these players. Honestly, that's something that you don't see a lot from casual players, from newer players. You don't see the forehand, you know, aka offhand. I call it the offhand, but I guess it's considered the forehand.
Yeah, it works either way.
Right. Most people get what I'm trying to say, but you know how it goes. And there it is. Oh, back to back. Anthony caught lacking.
Wow.
Oh, Anthony gets
No rest
it too.
for the weary. They're already going back to back. My goodness.
You blinked and you missed it.
Blink and you'll miss it indeed. I wouldn't be surprised if this is another 7-6.
Absolutely. 3-3 is it's like 4-3 now.
4-3 now. My goodness.
Super quick, close, intense game. Anthony trying to go for a quick shot now. Doesn't quite get it.
And
Tyson
goes
is there to
back
defend.
in.
Oh no! You know, and you see that happen time to time where a player scores on themselves. It does happen. Even out the best of the best score on themselves still.
Truly.
So great forehand this shot by Anthony there.
For any of those times where you've been in the arcade and you've done a variety of shots and it's gone right back into your own goal, just be wary. Looking at all these pros, it can happen to them too. It happens to anyone.
Absolutely. And we got Nathan Buss in the chat saying Flat Horizons is the bomb. Oh, what Flat Horizons? He said, now this is the kind of content I'm looking for. Subscribe. Flex. That's right, buddy. This is what we do.
We've got ourselves another tie game at 5. Going back and forth once again. Diamond formation, taking a shot. Blocked immediately. Tries
What
again,
we
another
like to
block.
call the point of criticality a nickel apiece. Who can break this point of criticality? That is the question. Is it going to be Tyson that takes the lead? Is he going to overthrow Anthony once again in Game 3? Or is Anthony going to show why he's ranked number 4?
I think we're going to start seeing a case of who wants it more, who's going to push for it more. As we're closer and closer, as we're getting closer and closer to 7 points, we're going to see who's going to go for the aggression, who's going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and try and get to 7 points, take the game, and keep on going. Only time will tell.
We got Vi Rainsbarger saying close, but I think Anthony will eventually come out on top. I couldn't agree with you more. I really feel like Anthony's going to take this, but I don't know. You know, it's still anyone's game. These players are both just evenly matched right now.
And there it goes, Anthony putting his mallet on the table. I've seen that happen a couple of times.
Sound distraction.
A little bit of sound distraction, a little bit of intimidation.
We don't usually see that here during the Monday night, so this is kind of a fun new thing to see. It's something I would definitely take advantage of if I was playing, but I'm just a casual player. What do I know?
Scores to take 7-5. Not quite 7-6.
And that final shot replay. Look at that right there. He sees that Tyson comes out, and he goes for that shot. Comes back to him and gets another flick on it.
Absolutely excellent read by Anthony. Not quite a 7-6, but still a very, very close game. And
absolutely.
Still,
Anthony, you know, he warmed up. He warmed that first game. You know, you always get the first game jitters, and now Anthony has warmed up, taking 2 games to 1. We'll be going on to Game 4 here in just a second. If you are just now joining us tonight, we have a couple matches set up for you. Anthony versus Tyson right now, and then later we have Tim versus Tyler, Ethan versus Josiah, and Peter versus Nathan. So stay tuned. We got a bunch of fun matches coming up later. And it looks like we'll be going on to game number 4 now. Here's the face-off. And Tyson gets first possession here in game 4. And Anthony now with control. Ooh, an unfortunate touch, but I don't think it went in. It bounced off, correct?
It looks like yes, it did.
It bounced off. It was very quick, hard to catch.
Yeah, and that's another thing to take into account when you're watching these air hockey games, whether it's in person or on a screen like this. Everything moves so quickly, you almost blink and you miss some of these points.
Absolutely,
it comes to show how
very
fast
quick.
They go. Another point.
A nice cross there. Actually, I believe that's a cut, but it's a deep cut.
Very.
See, it based on how a cut and a cross is categorized is based on which hand you're using and where the shot lands in the goal, right? So if you're right-handed and you shoot and it looks like a cut or a cross and it goes in the right side of the goal, then that would be called a cut. Versus if you shot it and it went in the left side of the goal and you're right-handed, it would be considered a cross.
Correct.
That being said, to me, I feel like whenever I see someone shoot from one side of the table and it goes into the other side of the goal, that just, I always call it a cross. But, you know,
Sometimes it's a force of habit.
right, technical call outs. It is what it is. As long as everyone's enjoying the matchups, the show, you know, the players are having a good time. That's what it's all about here at the American Air Hockey League. And if you like what you're seeing, like and subscribe.
I remember what we were talking about, how all of these games have been close affairs, but I'd also like to understand. Oh, forgive me, I was about to just say that it looks like we're getting looks like we're about to get something more of a blowout, and we might just. It's already 6-2. Okay.
Absolutely huge comeback by Tyson right now. You know, that's something that you don't talk about or see a lot on this table. Being a viewer, is once someone figures out where you're positioning or your read, right? It looks like Tyson may have found a read on Anthony here, and that's why he was able to make so many so quickly. And so then Anthony has to shore up that weakness, and if he wants to win that match.
Took the whole game, 7-2,
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Huge win there by Tyson now, taking game 4, making it 2 games to 2 games, catching back up.
Catching back up and doing it emphatically. Wow. I guess he really is showing something. He's showing that he's not quite number 12. He's maybe going for number 4, maybe even higher.
It could be. You know, and Tyson, I guess he's been around for a little while over at the arcades and whatnot, but again, I don't remember ever seeing them come out here on a Monday night. And, you know, it's fun. It's a pleasure being able to see this guy come out and just really hit some beautiful shots going on, you know, with the forehand shots, a couple of the crosses. I mean, just looking good out there.
He's looking really great. And fun fact, I actually did come across Tyson whilst making my way here, and hearing from him, this is actually his first time being here for these Monday night sets. So, and he's already coming in and showing himself. He's showing really, really, really good progress. So, my goodness, we're already up 2-2. He's showing his worth against Anthony. Who knows? He might take this whole thing.
It's very possible. We got Brains in the chat saying smoked him. I mean, absolutely. That last game, Tyson just came back like a bull and just took down Anthony. But now Anthony taking the lead in game number 5.
He's taking the lead already. Probably wants to give a blowout of his own. We'll see what we get.
Absolutely. Looks like Tyson with some time now. Ooh, a nice charge by Anthony there, getting control of the puck.
And scoring.
And taking a goal with it. A great
and
score
an
by
immediate
Anthony.
response.
Oh, no. He got a little too comfortable after that lead.
You don't want to get too comfortable with that lead. That's why Anthony's probably trying to stack up as much as he can, try to really, really intimidate, right? Really, really intimidate Tyson into making more mistakes, scoring more points for him, and really trying to take this game as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. It's fun, though, seeing how well Tyson has been doing here. You know, look at this defense. He's just a little close to the goal. If he could come out just a little further, that would definitely give him a little bit better time here on the table. See, right now, with him being that close to the goal, it allows Anthony to make a lot of cuts and crosses.
Definitely, and that's what we're seeing now, because after the last game where Tyson managed to have an emphatic victory, now Anthony's already up 5 points to 1, and make that
Absolutely.
6-1. My goodness, already up to game point.
Anthony has picked up what Tyson was laying down, and he has read him like a book. This one, it's interesting how that happens. 7-1.
7-1 from 7-2, up 3 games to 2.
Now Tyson is going to need to pick up and figure out how to take down Anthony after that blowout. You know, that one's got to be put a little bit of pressure on you. You thought you had the dub. You won a huge match before, and then this match, boom, a 1-7. tough.
1-7 is very tough. But there is still one game for. There's only one. Anthony only needs one more. Tyson only needs 2. He's not too far behind.
Right. All right, going over to the chat, we have the Theo Ballin. Nice shot. Long or short arms are better. I would say long arms are better. However, there is a certain amount, like if you're really tall and have really long arms, you're more prone to go over the center line. So it's actually, there's kind of a sweet spot.
I would agree with that as well. I would say long arms are better. Well, I have a personal bias being long and having long arms, so I wonder why I'd say that. But personally, what I've noticed is that it's a lot easier to, but it also is a lot easier to go beyond the center and accidentally hit too far. So there is a certain sweet spot, but that comes down to genetics, but also you're having to take, just figuring out how far is too far.
Right. I would say, I'm just under 6 foot myself, and, when I play on the table, I could definitely go a good, 7 inches over the line if I wanted to, if I was really leaning forward, but my comfortable spot is perfect for my arm length, and I typically don't go over the line except for just mildly, when the puck is still touching the line.
A great tactic. Might be something I might try and use myself from our future air hockey games.
We got Liam in the chat. What's up? Guess who's back? It looks like you're back. And Nathan Bus in the chat. Underdogs all the way. Come on, Tyson. Focus up.
And he is focusing up. Well, he's focusing up. He's trying to keep himself in the game. Anthony's already at game point, looking to take his set.
Anthony only needs one more point to take this win.
But Tyson only needs 3 points to force game 7, and
ooh, there it is, 5-6. Anthony didn't even move a muscle. He's like, I'll get control of this puck and just take this dub.
He's probably taking his dub, and we've got a tie game.
That was a nice right wall under. 6-6
and
now.
Anthony
But
takes
a quick
it.
right wall under as well, or excuse me, left wall under.
Back and forth,
Look at
3
this.
straight points.
Left wall under for the win for Anthony. Boom.
Doesn't even flinch. Like, Tyson barely flinches. Doesn't even have enough time. But a 4-2
No, it was so quick.
game.
Could not get there.
Couldn't get there, but still a valiant effort for Tyson's first set. 4 games to 2. It's not easy to take. It's not easy to take 2 games from Anthony, but maybe it might be a little more as we go on. He still has a few more sets to win.
And we'll be going to Nathan now.
For this. How's it going? It's so good. I probably smell like BO. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for me too.
All right, what's up, everybody? Okay, so Anthony, how'd you feel about that match?
He played pretty good. He did really well.
I mean, for a rookie, taking 2 games off of you and almost a third one right there, that's not bad at all.
He almost took like 4 games off of me. The first one was 7-6 him, so.
That's true. Oh, yeah, that's actually a really good point. What advice would you have for Tyson?
Set up your shots more. He kind of like takes it, sets it up real fast, and then shoots. He doesn't take much time to like set it up, look, and shoot.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Tyson, get over here. I mean, for a rookie, for an unranked rookie, that's not bad. You did pretty good. How you feeling about that game?
I played pretty bad.
Okay, face over here. Okay, there you go. Okay.
Okay.
Why do you think you played bad when you beat him in 2 games and almost beat him in another 2?
I just didn't feel like concentrated fully. I don't know.
What would you do different next time?
I don't know. Maybe take it slower. Like Anthony said, just like set my shots up more.
Yeah, I agree. All right, man. Thank you so much. All right, back to you. Caleb.
All right, and back to us here in the booth. And going over to chat, we got W's in the chat from Sarah, Yippee, Liam, everyone in the chat. Super excited about that win for Anthony. Tyson, though, man, what a killer job he did there. Really showing some spirit, for being ranked number 12 against Anthony ranked number 4. I think Tyson's rank may go up here shortly after seeing and witnessing how good of a player he is there.
I wouldn't be surprised to see his rank go up after all of this, because he really, really is doing his best.
Right. All right, so up next we have Tim versus Tyler. Right now, Tim is warming up against Nathan.
Yeah, I've also seen Tim at the Idaho Gold Cup yesterday, and wow, it's like very aggressive, very aggressive, very patient too. Those are two qualities that make for an absolutely killer player and a killer play style too. I'm interested to see what he does in these Monday events.
Well, Tim, when he first came out here, his shots did not have the power. And, he was a casual player coming out here. And the cool thing about Tim is he hears us. He rewatches a little bit of the live. He sees the comments. And he takes constructive criticism really good. And, he hears what we say and he goes, oh, I need to shore up on this defense. Oh, I need to, have more powerful shots. And, he's coming a long way. You can see the improvement every day with Tim here.
And that's always another thing. It really does tie back into what we were talking about earlier of how anybody can hop into air hockey. Anybody can start somewhere, and once they learn the tactics, learn the techniques, work their way up, you start seeing them start to take games off the pros, take sets off the pros, and really and truly prove that they belong here just as much as the pros do. And that's always something to remember.
Absolutely. Now going back over here to the chat, we've got Green Booger saying, oh gosh, I need some Tylenol after this. Absolutely, this thing is quite an event. Something to look forward to every Monday night.
When everything's moving out, when every single shot moves as fast as a Bugatti Veyron on Route 66, you're gonna need, it makes your head spin, so I wouldn't blame you for needing the Tylenol.
You're gonna have to throw some jet fuel in there if you want to keep up with that.
Indeed.
Now, looking over here, we also have random user saying another 7-6 for sure. I was rooting for Tyson. I could understand that. We always want to root for the underdog. That's just, I don't know if that's just like ingrained in us as a people, go for the underdog. I don't know. That's how I always would feel about it too. But then again, I also have a little bias when it comes to family. I got to root for my brother. Whenever Nathan plays, he might be number one, but I still root for him.
Yeah, completely understandable. I also agree with you in terms of we're always looking out for the underdogs. We're always looking out for those moments when David slays Goliath. It's in every single piece of media, every single piece of sports, and it's always that one thing that really brings us as a people together to see. We want to see that underdog succeed. I think of examples like in basketball just a couple of years ago, the 8th seed Miami Heat making it to the NBA Finals. Even going further back in the MLB, the 2001 Arizona Diamondbacks, just a few years after being founded, winning the World Series against the New York Yankees, a juggernaut of the baseball world. And further on, you have other stories within the NFL, the NHL. We have in the Los Angeles Kings of 2012, 8th-seeded team that barely squeaks into the playoffs, goes on to destroy every competition in it, and becoming one of the first, I believe, the only 8th seed in Stanley Cup history to win the Stanley Cup. So we love an underdog. We love when underdogs succeed. We love it when we see impossible odds, because they may be far off. The chances may be 0.000001, but so long as there is that one, there will always be a chance.
Absolutely. It kind of makes me think of a video game I used to play, League of Legends, when Cloud9 came out of nowhere and just was dominating the NA. Unfortunately, they didn't win the Worlds, but man, I think they took everything else in the NA, and that was a fun time, to be a gamer.
It truly, truly was. I also recall, I may not necessarily have as much experience with League, but I can also recall moments in Super Smash Bros. Tournaments. I think I remember, how could I forget Amsa? He plays Yoshi in Super Smash Bros. Melee, a character that's not necessarily seen as a great character in the game, but he found his way to He kept on working on it, kept on getting better and better and better, to where he himself was personally bringing up that character to higher tiers when nobody expected them to be. And then going on to win his first ever major tournament just a couple of years ago. The underdogs can become the top dogs. And we might just see it happen here and now tonight.
Exactly. Hopefully, we will see that happen. And, you know, right now, both Tim and Tyler really closely ranked. You know, in my opinion, I think Tim's going to take it.
I'd like to see Tim
really
take
has
it,
been
maybe.
coming along. Yeah, he's been coming a long ways, and I think with how much time and experience he has now, I think he's got this one in the bag. But we'll see. I haven't seen Tyler play in a little while. You know, and it looks like his defense has improved a lot. You can see, look how far up he is on his defense. That's what you want to see on the, see there, right there. He was too far back at that point, right? See, look, he didn't readjust his defense, and that allowed Tim to get that right wall under.
It allowed him to get that right wall under, but also I really like the fact that Tyler's working on making that immediate response. He's not letting it get to his head. He's working on getting right back in the game and immediately going back on the offensive and scoring a point of his own. And just like he's scoring again, getting himself slowly back into the game. It's only 6-4. We'll see. Tyler might have another chance. 6-5 even.
Ooh, a huge right wall under there by Tyler. Oh, but that is it. Tim does take game one.
Yeah, Tim.
7-5.
Tim decided enough playing with his food. He was gonna shut down that. He was gonna shut down that comeback right there and then. That's game one.
And that's how it's done. Going back over here to the chat, we got let's see, Strong JA, I think is what his name was. You know, shout out to Jamaica. You know, Matt Bentley, cool runnings, and saying let's go Tim. K-Man Lee also saying let's go Tim. We got Brown Eye Chosen. Tim's gonna take it. Ayo. And also in the other chat, we have more people. You know, Theo saying, Matt Bentley, I agree 100% on Tim, I guess. And random user, Tyson is definitely top 10 material. Did you see his moves? Dang. You're not wrong. Tyson was looking really good out there.
It's like, some may think of that as a bold statement, but that statement may not be as bold as Tim with an amazing shot to take the first point. And Tyler
a really good double wall, right wall under. Look at that. Bounce into a right wall under. Tyler, he didn't even know what to do. He didn't even react because it was so quick.
And Tim's already taken it. Ooh, almost put it within his own net. But he managed to avoid it. Tyler looking for a shot of his own, maybe. Tim's taking his time. Making his shots, doing a couple of flick shots, and will score a third.
He's hitting a lot of double wall shots going on here. Like 1, 2, 3, and slides in. A triple wall banger. Tyler should not have let that slide in. You know, that was it was a very unfortunate shot there. A good shot for Tim, not so good for Tyler.
I think one of the, I will make this I will make this statement myself because I've been prone to doing this with those double wall shots, those triple wall shots. It's very, very easy to keep your eyes on puck and not worry about defense and just get yourself caught lacking every single time. It's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to work your way out of once you start doing it, but who knows?
You know, it's kind of like driving.
Oh,
you know, it's kind of like driving. You know, you don't want to exactly look at the position right in front of you, you know, right in front of your car. You're kind of looking off in a distance, right? You're using your perception, right? You're not concentrating right immediately. So sometimes it's actually better not to look right at the puck, in my opinion. I find that when I'm on defense, not looking at the puck is better. When you're on offense, looking at the puck works out better. At least that's from what I've seen. And I think that's why when I'm on defense, it's easier to capture a puck because you're not falling prey to its movement when it does those triple bounces or double bounces. You're able to lock on and just get ahead of it.
I think for Tyler, even as these games go by, as Tim takes another game to go up 2-0. Even in this moment, it's still a learning experience for Tyler. As both of these men are continuing to get better and better. So even throughout the course of the set, we may see Tyler continue to improve as time goes on.
Right.
He's not out of the woods just yet.
That's some of my favorite play style, is when players improve on the fly. You know, you'll see them come in and be getting scored. I remember Josiah, I think it was versus Matt Bentley. And, you know, Matt was definitely the one to, the favored one to win. And Josiah was losing. He lost the first set. He lost, he was losing in the second set, but then he came back and he won the second set. And then he just kept going and he won the third set, taking it. A huge, like the best comeback I've seen, besides maybe, there's one other huge comeback we had the other night. But anyway, and that's just something you know, he was improving on the spot, and that's what makes it fun.
Great double wall shot by Tyler just now. Just slides in. Tim didn't even notice where it was going to take a good point. He's working his way. I'm intrigued to see how Tyler's improving. He's working his way up slowly over time. He's still keeping his composure, and he's still figuring things out. That's a good thing. Never lose, even when you're down by 3-4 points. Never losing your composure and making sure you always still have your head in the game, because anything could happen. That's a really great mentality to have. Right.
It's something that if Matt Bentley had that kind of mentality, he would win a lot. No, I'm just saying that because I seen in the chat. He's like, "Dang, Caleb, call me out." So that mess with him just a little bit there. You know, that's actually one of the biggest things when it comes to any kind of sport. Really, is having a good, strong mentality. Actually, you know, if you believe yourself, if you believe that you're gonna win, you're more likely to do better and have that opportunity to win. If you already gave up and don't think you're going to win, well then yeah, you're not going to.
Meanwhile, we've just seen Tim take another game to go up 3-0. Another 7-1 as well. Tim is really showing off his improvement. In fact, he's even instructing Tyler on how to work things out. We love that kind of great sportsmanship right there.
Yeah, and that's what we care about here at the AAHL. Everyone's a good sport, and we appreciate that. We got in the chat Santiago saying, "Where's my dog Nathan at?" He'll be coming on at the end of the show tonight. We got Cayman Lee. Tim is the GOAT. You know, although he said it a little differently, but you get the same idea. We got Strong JA. Bro, Tim G, number 16, is a great player. You're not wrong. He is showing up tonight. 3-0. Tyler, needing some help now.
He might just find it in this game. We'll see how he improves with what he learned. Great shot from Tim.
Tyler, though, still looking pretty good and focused now. Trying to get a capture on that puck.
Whoa, almost in.
Oh, Tim is just going to pass it over to Tyler.
Yep.
Doesn't want to let that one slide in.
Wise choice. He's better to take the penalty than let it go in.
If you notice, when you watch Tyler versus Tim, you'll see that Tyler takes a lot of shots. He doesn't take time to control the puck. That's one of his one of the things he does need to work on right now. If I were to be there to coach him, that's what I would recommend.
Yeah, taking a flurry, going for a flurry of shots, and almost even. I also find that interesting because this is also a tactic that I've done a couple of times when I'm playing air hockey. Is a flurry of shots, because sometimes it finds its way to work just like that.
The nice thing about the flurry of shots is, I would say, against someone who is much better than yourself, it may catch them off guard, but you are also more prone to hit it on yourself.
Indeed.
So you have to be careful with that.
Saw an own goal from Tim. He was trying to go for something fancy, and it backfired on him.
Right. We got Santiago saying, "Shooter's gonna shoot, brother." Yep, you're not wrong.
It
looks like
it's the way of the gunslinger. The way of the gunslinger. You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Right. And 3-3. Can Tyler take a game from Tim? Tim going for a forehand.
Tyler's definitely playing much more competitively and in it much more than the previous games.
We've got the Theo Ballin. You know, why does the mobile stream have a different camera angle? Because one is considered a vertical, the other is a horizontal stream. And so they are not on the same camera system. We have to use different cameras for those streams currently. Although maybe in the future when we upgrade our processor and computer stuff, we might be able to figure something out with that. So stay tuned for that in the future.
I would also say that the mobile stream and the difference between the two streams is that it also caters to what device you're looking at. So whether you're on your laptop, you can watch on one stream. When you're on your mobile device, you can watch on another stream, and so it's easier for you to watch it.
I love Santiago's response to you: "Live by the puck, die by the puck." But
yeah, can make that a shirt.
4-4 down. Right? That would be a great slogan for the AAHL. Live by the puck, die by the puck. Okay, here we go. 5-5, a nickel apiece. The point of criticality. Will Tim shut down Tyler for the win here, or will Tyler come back and get a dub off of Tim? Has Tyler figured out how to stop Tim?
Tyler's he's playing a lot more defense. He's just waiting for his moment, waiting for the chance for him to take the shot. But Tim takes full advantage and puts himself in game point territory, and so does Tyler.
6-6 now. Oh, Tim with
Tyler
control.
with a chance
Tyler
to take a game.
Goes for a double wall. Tim has time. Slows it down. Goes for a right wall under. Tim, once again, another opportunity here. Tries to go for another right wall under. Tyler does see it though. Tim tries to switch it up. Fakes himself
And
out. Goes to the left wall over and nails it.
Great
Beautiful left
effort.
wall over there. He knew that the right walls were not working, so he brought it back, took a little more time, and with a decisive move, used the left wall over. A great, cunning shot there, right? You saw Tyler block the right wall under 3 times in a row, so now you're thinking, okay, he's blocking the right wall unders. I gotta switch this up. And Tim, he did exactly that. He said, you know what? I'm not doing another right wall under. He brought it back, and he shot the left wall over. That is a great shot there by Tim. Just a beautifully executed.
And a great shot.
All right, it looks like we'll be going over to...
What about your game?
I feel like I was a little lost, and Tim got into my head a little bit, but I felt bad at the same time because I feel like I could do better. But Tim was just telling me post-game, like, it's life, man. It always happens to the best of us. We win, we lose, and I'm thankful for that, man. I really do appreciate you, Tim.
Dude, he's awesome.
He is awesome. Tonight's game was super, super fun, and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Dude,
he taught me a valuable lesson.
He's very, very tricky with how he plays, too. He really is.
Absolutely.
Awesome, man. Well, a lot of people rooting for you in the chat. I don't know if you can see that over there. I don't even know if the chat realizes, but we can actually see all the chats as they're filling up, like right now. So I love it. All right, Tim, get over here, and good job, Tyler.
Yeah, definitely, man.
All right, where do we start? There you go. Okay, man. You might have to tip it towards us over here. Okay, Tim, how you feeling about that match?
Yeah, it was a good match. Tyler's up and coming. He's got some good moves. Like you said earlier, if he just plays a little bit faster, I think he's getting it. And I believe that he's going to be somebody to reckon with. He just needs to relax a little bit. And I think he's got it. But I feel okay.
You had a lot of people in chat rooting for you, too. Matt Bentley was in there. He's like, come on, Tim, win this for all of us old guys. I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah, the old guys. Woo!
Awesome.
The future is coming for you, old man.
Yes, I believe that. I got a lot of competition in here that have surpassed me already, so yeah.
What advice would you give to like new players?
Just come in, it's a game, relax, get your defense situated, and then practice the rest.
Love it.
I like that.
Awesome, and thank you, chat, so much. Okay, back to you, Caleb and Carlisle, and thank you so much.
All right, back to the booth with us now. We are looking forward to the next match, Ethan versus Josiah. Now, I'm not sure. I don't remember who is Ethan.
The name sounds familiar. I can't attach the face to the name. However,
Right,
Josiah. Oh, I have a lot. I'm very intrigued in Josiah because, in case you weren't, for those watching who weren't aware of yesterday's game, Josiah was the one that made it to the final, and I got to interview Josiah, learning that he had basically made it in at the last minute, and still went through most of losers bracket to make it to the final, and even have a competitive second set against Nathan. He's big business. I wouldn't be surprised to see him make some noise.
I mean, I don't know. I don't remember who Ethan is. Maybe it's just me. Maybe when we see him come on, I'll remember the face. But or either that, or maybe we haven't had him over here on the Monday night. And I think that might be a possibility, just like we haven't had Tyson before. I think Ethan may be a new face.
That may very well be the case.
And Josiah now warming up. Oh, we just heard just in now that, yes, Ethan is new to the Monday night. He has played a couple times over at the Sunday Weekly, so this will be a fun, interesting event to see him out here for the first time up against Josiah, of all people. You know, Josiah, I would say he is easily ranked number 2 or 3. He consistently, you know, punches with the top dogs for the top 3.
He does punch with the top dogs. He's one to show out and really put his best game forward, even in the toughest of circumstances, even at a supposed disadvantage. He really, really, really does find a way to prove himself to be the best. And I've said it myself when I interviewed him at Sunday's tournament. I wouldn't be surprised to see if he ends up becoming number 1 one day.
Right. You know, and this is what we would call a pro versus an amateur match. You know, Josiah being a pro and Ethan being the amateur. You know, a lot of people are like, man, I could beat that pro. They say that all the time, you know, during the Sunday nights and Monday nights. They'll be like, man, these guys aren't pro. And then, you know, this is an example of that, you know, an amateur versus a pro. Let's see how Ethan does. I'm really curious to see.
In fact, Matt himself says that this is the kid that is coming for Nathan. Folks, where's the lie?
Right. All right, and to the chat, Joe Walter, Gold Josiah, excuse me, Gold Josiah, Cayman Lee, that's Tim's son. Oh, Ethan is Tim's son. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, we'll have a good match though. We have Nathan Buss in the chat saying, Santiago, I'll be up at the end. He's letting him know. We got Comrade, bro. I could beat both of these guys. See, that's the kind of comment that we like to see. You know, if you'd like to come challenge these players, you know, in Idaho, at around Nampa area, Jeremy's Arcade, Sunday nights. You know, you can find them there and see if you could take them on. It'd be a fun live stream event. Also, if you're interested in getting involved with the American Air Hockey League, you can type in exclamation point and the capital letters of your state, and it should come up.
Yeah, we've actually programmed in quite a few so far, so you can just type in exclamation mark and your state's abbreviations. It doesn't even have to be capitalized, and it's going to show all the events that we have in that state. Now, there's a lot of them that don't have events yet, and if that's the case, you should be like Kurt Zender in North Carolina. He started it up 5 years ago there, and now there's over 200 players, 3 different locations. So, for example, if you type in exclamation mark NC, you'll see all the North Carolina events they have every single week. You could try exclamation mark ID for Idaho or Texas. There's some cool events that are happening in your areas.
Right. Also, we want to thank Ruthie from Ruthless Real Estate. She's our sponsor tonight. You know, she is the relocation expert. If you are in the Idaho area, or you are looking to leave the Idaho area or join the Idaho area, she's the one you want to go with. She will find you the house or home that you are looking for. I remember my brother Nathan, you know, he was looking for a home, and I think she showed him, I don't know, it was like 20 homes in a week or more. You know, just taking time out of her day, you know, free of charge, just going above and beyond for the customer. That's what she's all about. You know, if you're looking for excellence, you know, integrity, and to get you the best deal, the best prices, Ruthie Schaefer, she's the one to go with. Check her out. She is the relocation
She really is
expert.
fantastic. So Caleb, it's kind of fun today because we got multiple games that are the amateurs versus the pros. Almost this entire set today is going to be that. So this next game coming up is Ethan versus Josiah. Now, Josiah being the third best in the American Air Hockey League. They nicknamed him Flip because he won't wear anything other than flip-flops. And he's going against Ethan. Ethan only started a little bit ago. He is most likely going to get slaughtered in this match. But it's always really fun to see someone that's up and coming, someone that's doing well in the weekly tournaments, go up against an actual pro. For example, Tyson in that first game, he got third place in yesterday's tournament, which is amazing, in just a Sunday weekly tournament, and then ended up just getting destroyed by Anthony. And then you have Tyler. He's been going to the tournaments as well, go up against Tim and get wrecked. And I think you're going to see that same thing. So here we have, stepping up to the table right now, we have Ethan. And, you know, he's been starting out at the arcade. This is his first time ever actually playing a real set against a pro. And it's going to be really interesting to see how he does. I have a fear that Josiah is going to absolutely wreck him, though. What's your opinion?
Yeah, I do think that Josiah is going to destroy Ethan. But, you know, stranger things have happened. You know, we could see Ethan go on a huge run. Maybe Ethan will read Josiah's play style and be able to pick up on that and just lock in on a certain shot and certain defense. So it'll be interesting to see.
Santiago in the chat saying, dang, slaughtered. Yes, I think that's what we're about to experience right now. We got Ryder saying that you subbed. Thank you so much, Ryder. I love that. We've got two streams going at the same time, a vertical and a horizontal. So in the horizontal, I believe that we got Vi Rainsberger saying, go Josiah. We got Theo saying Ethan's playing very well. I love these two different streams. For those that are watching on the vertical, we actually have a better stream. That's the horizontal stream. It fills up the screen more, especially if you're at home watching on a TV. The vertical is fun because it pulls into the YouTube, but the horizontal stream is fantastic because we have better replays. It takes up more of the screen. We've got different angles. So if you're watching this vertically and you're wanting a better experience, go check out our horizontal stream. It's actually pretty awesome. Also, something I'm really excited to share with everybody, I'm going to be going to Utah on the 15th. And I'm going to be challenging anybody who wants to go against me. Oh, Noisy Alien just donated $2. Come on, Underdog Ethan. I see that in the chat. Thank you so much, Noisy Alien, for that. Thank you for the
absolutely. We
super
appreciate
chat.
it. The super chat. I forgot. Yeah, we have super chat. We have been monetized now for a couple weeks. So if you want to help donate or shout out for the players, we also pick up on reading those a lot easier. So if we miss your comments or your questions, hey, feel free to use the little super chat money button to the right of the comment section. It'll make it a lot easier for us to see that. So we appreciate that, Noisy Alien. Yeah.
And check it out. If you want to win $100, if you think you can beat the pro, you can go to Logan, Utah. I'm going to be there on the 15th. You win $100 if you beat me. That's going to be in, once again, Logan, Utah. I'm going to be there from 7 o'clock to 11 Saturday. That's March 15th. That's at Cache Valley Fun Park in Logan, Utah. So a lot of people, when they're watching, they go, I could beat these guys. I could beat these guys. Awesome. We would love to have you try. And so we're announcing it a few weeks ahead of time. If anyone's in the Utah area, I would love to see you there. It'd be fun even just to meet people. You don't even have to go just to compete. Even just to hang out would be fantastic. I'll pay for the games. And if you happen to win, you get $100. Should be a ton of fun. We actually did it live on Saturday, this last Saturday, and we played for 3.5 hours. Nobody took the $100 from me yet. So it's going to be really fun and exciting to see what happens when we announce it ahead of time. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a blast.
Excellent.
Looks like our game is about to start up here.
Apparently, both these players are left-handed, so that is the battle of the lefties right now. you know,
may the best lefty win.
Right. If you do 3 rights, it actually makes a left. So we have 2 lefts. We only need 1 more.
Right,
and
you are,
that'll be
Caleb.
3.
Right, you are.
Absolutely. All right, and now here we go. The face-off: Ethan versus Josiah. Can the amateur, the rookie, the unknown, take control of game 1 and maybe get a couple points in on Josiah to start things off?
We got George in the chat saying,
what a
Ethan,
stop.
shock the world, is what George in the chat is saying. We got Strong in the chat saying, you guys coming to Jamaica? Not yet, but one day that would be amazing. Santiago's going, let's go. We got Comrade saying, I'm going to be the Tiger Woods of air hockey. I hope that that's true.
Absolutely,
And
man. It would be a joy to do this in Jamaica. Man, I could see the Jamaicans having so much fun playing air hockey. How much fun would that be to go remote over there to Jamaica, set these things up? That would be a great time.
That would be fantastic. We got our Discord server that's in the chat right now if you want to take a look at that. Excalibur in the chat saying, let's go, Ethan. Excalibur, welcome back.
Excalibur.
Excalibur thus far easily is our #1 highest supporter. He has given literally hundreds, and we just really appreciate him so much. Excalibur, I don't know if you saw our email, but we got our email posted now as well. You can check us out at AAHL contact at gmail.com. I'm sorry, it's AHL Connect. Sorry, AHL Connect at gmail.com.
He is the Dono King,
Oh, man.
the Super Chat Master, and there it is! Another $50 dono by Excalibur. We really appreciate it, Excalibur. You really make it a great time here for everyone.
Honestly,
at the American Air
the
Hockey
absolute
League.
best. This dude comes in here and just rocks it. We got Ethan right now. Excalibur, I don't know how long you've been watching, but Ethan's right now popping in here. This is his first time doing a tournament, or an actual match. He's been going to the Sunday tournaments almost every single week, but he's never actually challenged up before. And so this is his first challenge up. He's challenging Josiah. The chances of him winning are basically 0, but he's trying regardless because he knows that no matter what, he's just going to get better at the end of the day. And we got Josiah, the 14-year-old phenomenon, playing in his flip-flops and his 3D printed mallet and just wrecking face as he usually does. Look at the amount of control that he has.
Ethan, though, 3-5, putting up a good fight for game 1.
True. Ethan, he usually has a pretty good start. I don't know if he knows how to close a game out yet. A lot of people don't talk about that much, but closing out a game is very, very important. If you're not able to buckle down at the end, then the whole game isn't worth it. If you can't close out those last few points and finalize that game, then you might as well not even jump in. And it sounds terrible to say that, but a lot of people get a bunch of points at the start, and they can't get another point past that point.
Right. Ethan, though, Excalibur also saying, let's go underdog. Oh!
Ethan actually shocking us right. Oh, shoot! Ethan's only 1 point away. I might have to eat all of these words, and I'm okay with eating them. That's fantastic.
But the flip-flop master coming back. Now 6-6. Who's getting game 1?
Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Right here's a closeout, and I bet you Josiah is going to be the one that closes this game out because he has done this. Oh, no! Okay.
And
All
there
right.
it is.
I will eat my words.
7-6. The commentator curse, calling it out and getting destroyed.
I'm gonna eat.
Unfortunate.
I will eat my words.
It's that $50 dono from Excalibur, rooting for the underdog. The presence of mind, taking an absolute dub for Ethan. The amateur taking down the pro.
Oh man, that's the thing. Like, okay, I guarantee it. Josiah is not gonna lose this match. He's gonna start kicking it into gear. So I'm not worried about him at all. He's definitely gonna kick it into gear. But
I think you're correct. But I gotta hope that Ethan can come and take it all from Josiah right now. I love that underdog story. The amateur taking down the pro.
I think that's gonna be it. See, here's the thing. It's always fun to have a screw around game when you're the pro and you just kind of play easy. You usually only play at the intensity that your opponent pulls from you. Okay? I know this sounds really weird. We had this one player once say, "Hey, Nathan, you don't play easy against me, do you?"
And I said, well, I definitely don't play super hard against you. And he got really upset and said, hey, why not? You need to push me to my limit. And I said, well, buddy, it's sort of a two-way street. I'm not choosing to play easy against you. You're just not pulling my everything out of me. You're not making me scream in anger when a goal is scored, right? So the better that you play against me, the better I'm going to play against you. You need to push me to that limit. And I think what happened just then is Ethan just pushed Josiah to that limit. And so you're going to see a very, very different game right now. I hope I eat these words, but I don't think it's going to happen. I've actually bet money on Josiah before, like saying, hey, if anybody beats Josiah, you get money from him. And it's not likely that he loses the money ever. He's only done that once. One time he choked up. This might be his choke game, but I really doubt it. Plus, it's not about just one game. Ethan would have to win the best 4 out of 7 games. That's not going to happen. No offense to Ethan. He's a fantastic player, but he's going up against someone that's way out of his league.
Well, we do air hockey matches here at the American Air Hockey League, but right now it's looking like a gun show because Josiah is just showing up and shipping out on Ethan 3-0.
We got Santiago in the chat saying, did Ethan wake up the beast? I think that's the correct answer, right? When you get beaten by somebody that's ranked way below you, you do not like the embarrassment. You do not want it to happen again. You want to show the entire world that it was a fluke, right? And so right now, if Josiah 7-0s Ethan, that's his way of basically proving to the entire world, nope, that was just a fun game. I'm serious now.
Right. And that does typically happen on first game jitters as well. Even if it wasn't meant as a fun game, it's just something like your everyone's first game going into a match. Typically, you play differently than the rest of the match as it progresses.
Yeah. I mean, Josiah here, you could see he was almost bitter that Ethan got 1 point because that took away his skunk, right?
Right. He was hoping to skunk him. Didn't happen though. Ethan coming back now, 2-4. Josiah on the ropes at the moment now.
If you're watching this,
has the lead.
Now it's 4. If you're watching this, actually it's 5-2 now. And you're thinking, I could play in this, I want to be ranked, but you're nowhere near some of the events, I would suggest making plans to go to Houston, Texas in August. Ooh, it's game point 2 now. The World Tournament is going to be in Houston, Texas in, I believe, August this year, early August. They haven't released the dates yet, but it's usually like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th or something, whatever weekend lands the first weekend in August roughly. 7-2, look at that, just crushes his head in like I expected. That game was very, very normal. That was exactly what I expected to see in the first game, in fact.
Ethan brought a knife to a gun show, and that was the wrong move. Hopefully, in game 3, though, he can come back with a bazooka.
We got George in the chat saying he was legit mad he got those points. Santiago said, you're going to be in H-Town, Nathan? I believe I will be going to Houston this year for Worlds. I believe that I'll be going there this year. Should be a lot of fun.
And the face-off, they bump mallets now, game 3. Who's going to take the face-off, the control?
Josiah's just leaning way over the table. There was a point where
he wants it back.
He can't start on the line.
He's
I don't know
on
if he
the
realizes
line.
That. Yeah, there we go.
He backs it up.
Yeah.
Ethan now coming back up. He's ready. Will Ethan get control? Josiah wants it bad, though. And Ethan does get it.
It's so funny to mention this, but there was a few years ago, or no, 1 year ago, Josiah wasn't even able to reach the center line. He actually couldn't. They had to flip the puck for him, or he would just have to lay on top of the table. And so he's been beating people since before he could even reach the middle line. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, a nice right wall under.
Left wall over, in fact.
Yeah, left wall.
It was fantastic. Watch how he pulls it up and then draws Ethan out of the way. Yeah, it was a fantastic left wall over. Perfectly executed. Now he gets across.
I couldn't even see it correctly.
Yep.
I better get my eyes checked a second time. These glasses are not doing the job.
We got Demir in the chat saying foosball is better. I actually like foosball a lot too. And in fact, a lot of the players in air hockey run in the foosball circle. I would like to give a shout out to Doug Howard. He is a foosball player as well as a pro air hockey player. So he's a pro in both spectrums, which is really fun.
Nathan, we got a guy in the chat saying it's mind been gone, saying I don't think this is considered a professional sport. What do you have to say about that, Nathan?
I mean, Josiah is ranked as number 3 in the American Air Hockey League. In the world, Josiah is ranked, I believe, in the, what is he at right now? In the 80s, I believe. And so what you're witnessing right now is an amateur player, Ethan, going up against what we consider a pro player, Josiah. But Josiah is really even not highly ranked compared to a lot of the players that live in like Houston or Texas or North Carolina. So this sport is a pro sport. It's been a pro sport for over 50 years. However, the game that you're watching right now is more of an amateur versus a low-ranked pro, is what you're watching right now. So
semi-pro.
Yeah.
I would
Now, a lot of people are like, oh, I could beat these guys easy. Check out our stream that we did literally 2 days ago, where we played for 3.5 hours, letting anybody play against us. And if they won, and if anybody beat me, they got $100. I ended up keeping that $100. My point is that a lot of players think, a lot of people think that since they've played 3 times, they've beaten their friends 3 times, that they can just beat everybody. And we'd encourage them to try it. In fact, just to let you know, I'm going to be in Utah, Logan, Utah, on the 15th. And anybody's welcome to come and play. And if you beat me, you get $100. It's just that simple.
Right. Well, we got Bree in the chat saying it's 2:20 a.m. here. I need to get up for work at 8, and I'm here watching Air Hockey League. Let's freaking go!
Let's go.
That's right.
I just got confirmation. Josiah's world rank is 89 currently. So you're watching the 89th best player in the world go up against Ethan, and Ethan's unranked.
And that's what you mean by a lower ranked pro, because I would consider top 30s. I would say top 30s are considered pro, and actually even top 40. If you're within 40 or better, I would consider you a highly ranked pro. Anything below that, I would consider semi-pro. Within the top 100. And then after the top 100, I would consider you, possibly an amateur or some other term.
I mean, look at this game right now, 6-1. So, like I said before, and that's why we're not jumping and screaming right now, because it was very much expected. I know that if anybody was tuning in, they'd watch this and say, that's not a pro, that's a little kid. No, that is the number 3 in the American Air Hockey League, and he absolutely crushes people. Ethan's been practicing for over a year at the arcade, and you could see a game like this getting 7-1, the game before 7-2.
This is why I was so excited in Game 1, because it was an unexpected victory by Ethan, taking that Game 1 from Josiah. And, I was hoping it was something we would see a little more of, but, we kind of expected this. We knew, like you said, the amateur trying to take down the pro just doesn't happen typically. Even in Game 1, it was still a surprise.
That's the thing. I mean, it was fun to watch it, but I knew it was short-lasted. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to eat these words. I ended up eating them for 1 game, but no. Josiah's taking the next 2 matches. Ethan doesn't really stand a chance, and that's okay. This is how Ethan's going to get better. You only get better when you play against a pro.
Right.
Ethan with first possession.
Or if you watch it a lot. If you watch the American Air Hockey League enough, you will get better just by seeing the different play styles, the different tactics, the cunning moves. So it may not go on paper, but like for instance, I'm a very casual player. I play, maybe twice a year, I would say, and but even though I'm a casual player, I'm still better than 90% of your casual players because of how much time I've watched now and commentated on these games.
We got Chance popping in the chat. I see you in there, Chance, number 6 in the American Air Hockey League, saying, what's up, guys? He just recently took number 6 as well. He was ranked at, I believe, number 8 and popped up 2 spots after his win. We got Just Kyber saying, what's your favorite sport other than air hockey? I like paintball. And I know people are going to say that's not a sport either, but really, look at that. He scores on himself there.
2-2. Maybe Ethan can run with that momentum now.
I like this. Josiah
Paintball
really
was a good one.
Paintball's fantastic, but if I had to choose a sport that's like super well known, I would say soccer. I like soccer a lot. Josiah right now setting it up, losing possession, and then giving a point to Ethan there. Ethan taking advantage of that. Ethan now in the lead for the first time since his first game. Josiah setting it up, goes for a fake out, goes for an off goal to get possession back and give himself more time. Remember, the players have 7 seconds before they have to get it across the line. Whether that means hitting it to where they get it back or scoring a goal.
Look at that shot and this instant replay. Ethan setting it up in the corner there for a forehand left wall under.
That was fantastic.
Nice shot.
I like how he faked it out. He went in front of the puck for just a second and then scored the shot. If he plays like that more, he's going to make it really hard for Josiah. I still think Josiah has. Look how fast that shot is.
Ooh,
just the control.
Nice left wall over.
Look how fast. I don't even know if the camera's going to be able to capture this. Ooh, and immediately Ethan scores back.
Cut by Ethan.
And then a cut by Josiah immediately back.
At him.
A cut shot's when it goes straight in on one of the sides of the goal. Crosses the other side of the goal.
Nice touch by Ethan, gaining control. Ooh, a nice block by Josiah. Josiah now with time.
Tying it up.
a 5, a nickel apiece again. Ooh, Ethan trying to do the diamond pattern. He does get a good shot, but Josiah is there to defend now.
Ethan, shot right down the middle. He needs to aim for the corners of the goals, and then he gets it right there under. It's game point. Is Ethan going to win a second game?
Josiah has to lock in now. Come on, Josiah. Show why you're the pro.
Come on. Oh, Ethan scores on himself. It's now 6-6. Show me.
Who is going to make this?
And he stops.
Oh, Ethan, huge stop by Josiah.
Ethan shot it right down the middle, giving the puck to Josiah. You never want to aim down the center. And then Josiah takes the victory right out of his mouth.
Snacker goal done by Josiah. Look at this. He brings it in forward, bounces it off the right wall, pushes it up, and goes for that forehand cut.
I love it.
Huge shot by
I love it.
Josiah.
I mean, I feel bad because a lot of people I know are rooting for Ethan because he is the underdog. Everybody wants Ethan to win this. It's just not going to happen. And I hate to say that. A lot of people think our games are staged. It's really funny. People say this game is staged. If it was staged, we would have the underdogs win a lot more often, but they rarely do.
I think a good word for it is this scripted? And no, it is not scripted. The only thing that you could consider scripted is the matchups, right? Anthony versus Tyson, Tim versus Tyler, Ethan versus... That's the only thing that's planned, right? And it's planned based on who the players want to verse, right? A lot of the times, or based on the rankings.
They challenge up. So players decide who they want to play against, and they challenge somebody, and they say, hey, can you be there? Meet me at the studio this Monday. I'm challenging you. And so they show up to defend their rank or to try to challenge up. And that's how that works. That's the only stage thing there is. Even the last game isn't staged. The last game, by the way, everybody, remember these players' names if you want them to play, because the very last game of the night is a fan's choice game. You get to pick the game, and we do that by donation. Right now, Excalibur is definitely leading in the donation poll by $50, but if anybody wants to pick a game, then they just donate, and they get to pick the game that way. So Excalibur gets to pick tonight's game if he's still around. And it's actually a lot of fun. Last time it was Spec versus myself and Kayla. So Kayla and I were on a doubles team against Spec, and Spec ended up whooping on us. It was 1-4 at the end.
Absolutely hilariously fun match.
It was pretty good.
If you were there, you got to enjoy. If you missed out, well, we're sorry, but maybe this time you have a chance to vote in.
Josiah just nonchalantly crushing him right now.
We may not be staged, scripted, or set up, but looking at Josiah and his playstyle right now, he might be using hacks.
It's funny. I one time said, because somebody was like, "Is this scripted? Is it? Is this a stage?" And I said, "No, but for a price, it could be. I'm not below, being bought out. That's all I'm saying."
Maybe the flip-flop technique is a cheat. It's the the flip-flop technique by Josiah. Honestly, that's not a bad idea. Coming up with a new type of shoe just for air hockey.
Right.
Something to give you the leverage, the advantage.
What I would want, if I picked my own shoe and had it made for me, I want it to be very springy in the back so I could lunge forward easy. It wouldn't be fun to walk in, but if I was playing, it would... Oh, look at that charge by Josiah, just stuffing it.
Charge.
Stuffing it
Great
straight down his goal. And then, and then again, and that's it. And that's the end of it. Just absolutely, just like, okay, I'm done with this game. He stuffs in one game, and then just with so much power. Look at the control that he has over the puck right now. And then just slams it down, and he's done. He's like, this game's over. For all of you that were rooting for Ethan, I'm sorry. The underdog did not win this game. He did not.
But he did get a game from Josiah, and almost two. He brought the other, the last match, he brought it 6-7.
I'm gonna jump out there and interview them real quick. I'm gonna hand this back over to Carlisle, and I'm gonna go out there and interview both of them really quick.
Excellent. So if you guys have any comments or questions for the players in the chat, now is the time to think of them, because we're gonna go to Nathan out there with the players, and he'll be able to ask them those questions. So go ahead, hit the chat, like and subscribe, and welcome back, Carlisle. And now going to Nathan.
Alrighty, Josiah, get over here. Okay, how do you feel about that match, bro?
Good. I don't know. I wasn't expecting him to win one game. I was trying to completely win all 4 games, but he won the first game.
Dude, we went nuts. The chat went nuts, and I'm like, this isn't gonna happen again. And even the chat, they were like, oh no, Ethan just woke up the beast, and we're like, yep, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Is that what happened? Yeah.
I saw that. You were just sort of like, nope, I'm crushing him from this point. He put up a pretty good fight. I'm actually pretty impressed.
Yeah, that one game got too close to 7-6, like second to last game. Yeah, he just was blocking my shots and then shot a good shot.
But he took a win off of you, and I saw you were just like nonchalant. Then he beat you, and then you got really serious. And when you get serious, you win. Remember that for next time, bro. All right, what advice would you have for Ethan?
For Ethan, advice: slow down and aim your shots more. Yeah.
I agree. There was a shot that he did where he put the mount in front and stopped it for a second and then made the shot and got you on it. Like, he straight fooled you. It was awesome.
I mean, I noticed, like, when you were doing, like, all the, like fancy drifts and that stuff, you were missing, like, most of your shots. When you, like, stopped it and set it up, you, like, made it. And I couldn't even block it.
So you stop being fancy. But anyway, all right, let's get Ethan over here. Congrats on your win, bro. Oh, man. Okay, that was your very first ever like actual match, yeah? I'm gonna get close because the camera's there. I know it gets awkward. What did you think about that match?
Dude, that was totally awesome. I love playing Josiah. Dude, he plays way too good. Like, I have to be like on my defense, otherwise he just gets it in all the time.
Dude, you're dripping sweat right now. Okay, so whenever I put on the headband, people are like, why do you need a headband? I'm like, because it actually gets intense when you're playing jumping over the table. Like, okay, no, he's very good. Everyone that sees him, like, is this even a legit match? Because, you know, he makes it look non-legitimate because of how young he is, but he crushes it. I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, dude, he's way too good for his age, I think.
Okay, so you're somewhat newer, but you've been playing for, what, a year now?
I think so, yeah. I've been going to the arcade with you guys.
What advice would you give to brand new people starting out?
Probably just don't, like, just hit it out of nowhere. Just take your time and aim your shots and have good defense. Not to drift too far to one side and stay in the center.
Dude, you took a game off of Josiah, though. That is not easy. Congrats on that, dude. Seriously awesome. Congrats. All right, I'm going to pass it back to you, Caleb and Carlisle.
I just want to remind you guys, if you are enjoying what you're seeing, remember to like and subscribe. It's free to you, and it helps us, reach more and more viewers. And the more, the better. Helps us with improving our equipment, and so you can enjoy a better viewing for your pleasure. Now, Carlisle, how are you feeling about this next match, Nathan versus Peter?
I mean, what else is there to really say? It's number 1 against number 2, and we've got ourselves... We already seen Josiah as number 3, but oh boy, we've got ourselves a heavyweight clash, and I've gotten the chance to play against Peter a couple of times at Jeremy's downtown, but it's... What more is there to say? Peter is he's calm and composed player, but he's also more than willing to punish you.
He is Mr. Universe, in my opinion. He has, if something's not working out, he can immediately change up his tactics, switch it up, and he has a lot of arsenal, a lot of combinations and trickery. And, originally, when Nathan and him played each other, Nathan was a quicker player, but Nathan didn't have a lot under his, arsenal. Right. That changed, though, after Peter Kai beat Nathan. When Peter Kai beat Nathan a while back for the first time, it made Nathan switch up his arsenal, his shots, and Nathan has improved drastically since then. And both these players, number 1 and number 2, they are really closely matched. I think I seen Peter Kai beat him again the other day, actually, if I'm not mistaken. And then it was in a 2v1 against Nathan and Kayla.
Yes, I do believe Nathan was just talking about him being in a 2v1 scenario with Peter, and Peter's still coming out on top, which, first of all, is already insane as is, but I think there's also a testament to be said about Nathan as well. Him learning from his losses, and even despite his status as the number 1 player in the state, continuing to improve and grow and realizing and not getting too complacent with that. That right. I think is really, really important. That's what makes the greatest players of all time. That's what makes the Michael Jordans, the Larry Birds, the Magic Johnsons, is that they are more than just, oh, they're the best player in the world. No, they're the best player in the world, and they're going to continue to get better from every single moment they make, every single loss.
It's like they say, iron sharpens iron.
Yes, indeed.
And so with Nathan and Spec versing each other, they help each other improve. And that's one of the things that we'd like to see more of is the top brass playing and more players getting to that point where they're just as good. Because again, iron sharpens iron. As a player myself, not even so much in air hockey, any game, any sport, I find that I'd rather verse someone who is much better than me than verse someone who is not as good as me. It's like Nathan was saying with air hockey. When you go against someone who isn't as good, you kind of dub down, like you're not as quick or as you're playing to that degree. Versus if you're against someone who's extremely good, it makes you play better.
But
so
I think another thing that's important to also take a look at, and I think this is really nice for those viewers at home, those who are wanting to get into air hockey or are getting into air hockey but looking for ways to improve. This heavyweight battle is the quintessential example of seeing how the best of the best play this sport. And maybe there might be some things you learn. There might be some tactics that you will take into consideration. There might be ways that you see these players come back. There might be these ways that you see these players play their sport. There might be things that you will learn from them. And
yes, an opportunity for every viewer now to see these top players and see how they play. Learn from their mistakes, learn from their victories. That's what it's all about. Enjoying the time that we get to spend together here with all the people in the chat, with the players. I love coming out from the American Air Hockey League to everyone here, and warm up in progress. I think it's now Spec's turn to warm up against Josiah here for a minute.
I do believe
and then we will be going on to the match after that.
And I would also say, as a word of advice, and especially for people who are looking at this game, look at the warm-up. Look at how each of these players, look at how both Nathan and Peter are warming up, especially what do they do, what kind of time do they take, do they take their time with each and every single motion that they make, every shot that they take, how they defend, all of those sort of things. Keep an eye on them. So, hey, if there is an opportunity that you yourself can get to face these guys, whether in these Monday night matchups or at the arcade on Sundays, you know what you're looking out for. You know how to adjust, and hey, you may even be the one that can put up a good fight, if not win, against these pros.
Right. We got Call-esty. I always feel like I say that name wrong. I'm just going to call him Call. We got Call in the chat saying, let's go Spec. Absolutely. Last Monday, everyone was rooting for Spec, for Peter, and he was running the show last week. Will that momentum continue on to this week? Will he be able to take a match from Nathan?
Well, you know what they say. There's only one way to find out.
Absolutely, and I think we'll be getting underway here shortly. Now, Spec heading to the table. Nathan already there waiting. Will he take down the number one in the American Air Hockey League, Peter Kai versus Nathan? Go ahead and cast your vote now in the chat. And if you like what you're watching, like and subscribe. And you can also throw us some super chats. It's easier for us to see your comments when you do, for as little as $1 to $2. So, fun times.
Ready?
All right. It looks like Spec inspecting his mallet, making sure it's good to go. And they're off the face-off. Nathan now with first possession. Goes for a left wall under, doesn't quite land. Nathan now with more time. Gets the left wall over. A huge first point for Nathan. Nathan capturing that puck, and another left wall over, 2 in a row.
Taking the two, asserting his dominance from the start, showing why he's number one. But Peter is showing that he's right there with him.
Look at this fake out there on the replay by Spec. He fakes it and goes to the right wall over, and it's perfectly executed. Nathan, now with time.
No matter what sport you need, the art of deception will always be an important factor.
Right. Every war, every game, every sport. That's what it's all about. The de facto. The art of war, I think, is what it's called. Correct. You know, and that's what's going on here right on the table right now.
The art of war.
These
Sun
two
Tzu would be
players-
pleased.
Right. One of the things that I love about air hockey is it's typically a one-on-one. And something I noticed in a lot of other sports is you have to rely on your teammates. And for me, that's always such a frustration. I'm sure a lot of you in the chat can relate when you play with other people, whether it's a video game or a sport, and your teammate may let you down. But in a one-on-one, that can't happen. It's all on you.
There's always so many of those examples where relying on your teammates is always a struggle for others, whether it's video games like Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, League of Legends, even in sports like soccer and hockey and basketball, all those team sports. But there's few examples where it's a one-on-one duel, a duel between samurais, a duel between warriors, going head to head and testing their might, testing on the metal to see who blinks first. And right now, they may not have swords, but they have their mallets, and they are challenging each other. These two samurais on the table. Indeed, they are. As we see, Nathan's already on game point. Peter's already in trouble, might just lose this game if he doesn't make a comeback soon.
Matt saying lock in potato power. And that's what it's about, you know, using that force power of the potato. Can Nathan take the W from Spec at the start here, or will Spec come back? Now 3-6.
Oh, off the table. Not a bad
Unlucky
idea
there.
from Spec, though.
We got John B in the chat saying Nathan is great. The One Pool saying darn. We got Grace River. It's all about the possession. That's absolutely correct. I think there's three things that are very important, right? Your three big things is, can you shoot the puck? Can you capture the puck, you know, your possession? And can you defend? Defense is what most players will say is the number one most important thing. But I think second would be possession, and then third would be shots. However, that being said, I feel like most people get their shots down first, or at least one or two of them.
And there's Nathan taking the first game with an amazing shot right there.
Beautiful, look at this. He brings it out. Diamond drift. And goes for a quick right wall under.
Every time I see the diamond drift, it's one of those. I know it's meant to maintain momentum and to make sure that you have control of the puck, but it's also a great source of deception.
And there's the disrespectful shoe tie by Nathan, something we haven't seen in a long time, but there it is. He sticks his foot up on the table saying, I just stepped all over you, Spec, and took game one.
Oh, let's see how Spec responds. He has 4 games to take, and it's only 1-0.
Ooh, and a huge $10 dono by one of our members here at the American Air Hockey League. Races for fun, $10 dono. I didn't get to see. Did it have a message? Was it just an empty message? I think it was just a donation.
I think it was just a donation, just a $10 dono, but still, we're incredibly grateful for it.
We really appreciate you. That is really awesome. We really appreciate it. And yeah, if you guys are looking to become a member of the American Air Hockey League, you can click on the little money sign right next to the comment section, and it will allow you to go to becoming a member for $5 a month. Something to get in on. All right, now 1-1. Spec getting control of the puck
and
scoring.
A nice cross. Great shot.
Actually, that's a cut, but it looks like a cross. I hate those.
And Nathan already making an immediate response, but it looks like Spec's already trying to make a response to that shoe tie.
Ooh, he tries to go for a quick release. Nathan, though, able to read it. Look how quick Nathan is moving now, just trying to keep control of the puck.
And I think that's his biggest advantage. Nathan loves a speedy game. He loves to move as fast as possible to make sure you will not be able to recognize what's coming next.
Absolutely.
Playing against him.
Would you rather would you rather fight a Dragon Ball Z character when they're in the regular Saiyan form, or would you rather go against someone in their Super Saiyan form? And that's Nathan. He goes into a Super Saiyan form and tries to stay within that form and flow.
For as long as possible. Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Gohan. Regardless of which form you think is the comparison, you still got a dangerous opponent coming against you.
Absolutely. Cool and collect. He stays under the radar. He doesn't let you see the kind of pressure and aura he has. He likes to keep it under wraps. He's that MC character that you just aren't ready for. Don't expect to have the power, but he comes out when he needs to. Spec now trying to get back the lead from Nathan.
Nathan taking
We've
his
got
time, blocks.
the Canadian in nerd living for the nerdy commentary. We appreciate it. We do what we can. Try to keep it fun and entertaining for your viewing pleasure.
It helps that we also love a whole lot of stuff and know a lot of stuff too.
Right?
I mean, let's be honest. If
Ooh,
you're in
nice
air hockey, you gotta be a little bit of a nerd about this stuff too.
Right. Nathan now with a little bit of time.
Already on game
And-
point too.
You know,
And
Spec was
will
able to get a
take-
point. Oh!
Ooh, no.
Ooh, got the
Almost thought it was a
commentators
game
there.
point,
We both
but-
thought it was going in, but no, Spec does stop it.
I definitely was moving it.
Who's from Canada? Says Mr. Funny Guy. I don't know, we got it looks like Lisa. She's from Canada.
And Peter takes the shot. 6-6. We've got a tie game.
Okay, it looks like Nathan has control right now. I know it's in the final shot replay, but let me explain what's going on. Nathan has control. He goes for the right wall. Doesn't quite land. Nathan goes for a cut. Doesn't quite get it. Oh, now we're back. You guys can see it's still 6-6. Nathan has time. He goes for the cut. Can Spec take the game from Nathan right now and tie this up? He gets control. Spec now with some time. Can Mr. Universe? He takes a timeout. Or no?
No, he's taking as much
Time's
time
back
as
in.
he's using the full 7 seconds.
The full 7 seconds. He's trying to cool Nathan down. He knows that Nathan excels at speed,
And he
at
lets
the
go of
tempo.
the puck.
He slows the flow rate down. He's trying to ice the fire.
He's already...
Can he?
And
do
he's
it?
gonna take
Oh, and he
it!
does!
Unbelievable!
The left ball over. What a tactician! The number 2 playing to his strengths, knowing that Nathan has that tempo and has to slow him down. A great move by Spec. We all got to see it in person right there. Love seeing those mind moves. This is what it's all about when it comes to air hockey. Not just about how well you shoot, how much you possess the puck or defend. Sometimes it's just about the mind games.
Sometimes speed kills, but sometimes it's all about the mind games. Take your time, pick your pocket, and you'll get your win. And we just saw it right now from that amazing save that both of us got fooled to taking the win himself. We have ourselves a game here, folks.
You know that Nathan ain't gonna like that, and he is going to come back hot and raging after that one. Spec just using that play. Oh, I know right now Nathan is just slightly fuming under there. And here we go. Now with time. He wants it back bad. Right wall under, no, but Spec is there to defend.
Nathan's just taking shot
Ooh,
after
nice
shot,
block
making
there.
them quick.
Goes for a forehand left wall under, doesn't quite land though. Spec does read it and defend. Ooh, a nice, oh, no.
Nathan
Bam!
takes the shot,
Depletes it,
great
missed
shot.
it. A huge right wall under. Look at how quick this is. He passes it back to himself and lands it. Pulls Spec out away from his defense on that replay. Okay, now back to the match. It looks like Spec has control. Nathan now with some time.
And a great shot again,
and a
just
huge
quick.
cross. And we appreciate the dono, the $2 dono from the Canadian Jenard Nerd GG. That's right, good game. It looks like Peter was able to take game 2. It is 1 game to 1 game, but Nathan is in the lead for game number 3.
Indeed, but Spec's still taking his time, still finding his way, and still managing to score points. He's not out of this yet. But Nathan's making it his hardest to put him back in the hole and fighting.
Now, it's going so quick, it's hard to keep up with the score, but I believe it is 2-3 now. Nathan, it looks like Spec is coming back now.
It's absolutely
Nathan,
mesmerizing.
oh,
Sometimes
go
you're almost at
over
a
to
loss
the
for
chat
words,
real
but
quick.
when shots like that go in, all you can say is, wow, 3-3 in game 3.
Absolutely, and going over here to the chat, Matt Bentley, don't be too hard on Nathan. They're both 35 and 36 in the world. Pretty close in skill. You're not wrong. They are both really close in skill. I feel like and the thing that makes it so much fun is their play styles feel so different, right? Nathan has a very speedy play style. He goes into these transition shots, whereas Spec, he plays the mind game. He understands a player and is able to use their weakness against them.
Indeed, indeed. If I were to make a comparison right now, this is your Magic Johnson and your Larry Bird. This is your LeBron James and your Stephen Curry, two of the greatest in the state, going pound for pound, blow for blow, neither man giving an inch.
Right. We have Demir in the chat saying, who is the first in the world? That is Colin Cummings. He is considered the GOAT of all time right now. But he is still alive, which means if you joined air hockey today and started training up to become a pro, you could have an opportunity to go against the best in the world at this sport. How cool is that? I mean, you can't go and verse, Michael Jordan at basketball. You can't go and verse, the greatest of all time in football. But here you are in air hockey, and the #1 of all time is still alive, still kicking and playing the game, and you could have an opportunity to verse him. How cool is that?
And Colin's actually a
At least I can
19-time
dream.
world champion as well. He's been doing this for a long time and very, very decorated at it too.
And now 5-5, the point of criticality, but Nathan quickly takes control. 6-5 now.
And Peter takes it right back. 6-6.
Another tie game.
Another tie.
me.
Whoa! He put it in.
Nice
Almost put
block
it
by
in.
Spec. In and out. Oh! Nathan blocks it down.
Got ourselves
Now,
a show me.
Nathan times out. That is something you don't see, or maybe it was Specs that called it. I'm not too sure. We aren't
Not
able to
entirely
hear
certain.
inside there. But if Spec called the timeout, it was a great timeout by Spec.
A great choice. Better to another way to douse the
Trying
fire.
to ice that opponent. He is using
Indeed.
that tactitional play. Nathan, though, with time, he had time to think about his next shot. He goes for a left wall over, doesn't quite land it though, but he does still have time. 6-6.
And it rolls in.
Nice
What a
touch
shot!
cut. Oh man, just every match between these two, you just don't look away or you'll miss it.
Indeed, it's a blink and you'll miss it kind of game. What a tough out, but Nathan's got himself up 2-1.
Santiago saying, I'm putting up my Nathan Bus jersey for sale. You don't want to do that too early. It'd be like selling Bitcoin when it first came out. Yeah, it may not be worth a ton right now, but in the future, you never know.
You never know, indeed. Too early to sell your stock.
That's actually, I used to be a pretty decent investor back in the day, and I actually had Bitcoin. I started buying it when it was $600.
Oh,
and
wow.
then it went up, and I got a whole Bitcoin when it was 3K, but I sold out when it hit 9K. So, I made money. I still
made a
made some money.
profit.
I'm still a winner, right? I'm still considered a winner, even if it isn't the biggest win. What can you do? Matt Bentley, Caleb, mind your pie. Man, that's a whole nother can of worms, I'll tell you right now. All right, Nathan feeling pretty good after that win against Spec. 2-1, taking that lead. Spec, though, has the headband on. He is getting serious right now.
He's getting, when they put on the headband, that's when you know they're going into the ultimate mode. They've already taken the puck off of the table. That's how you know this is getting serious.
Absolutely a fierce face-off there, having to go to a second face-off in Game 3. And Nathan passes the control to Spec.
An interesting
Spec
choice. Let's see
doing
what
an
they
off
do
goal.
with it.
Doing another off goal, trying to pull Nathan away from his defense. He's probably going to go for a right wall under. No, he goes for the cut. Doesn't quite land, though. Nathan going for the left right wall under. Spec finally going for the right wall under. Nathan does read it, though. Spec probably going to go for another one, and he does.
Each of these
Spec
two
now
playing,
with time.
both of these two playing great defense, but taking their time. Spec is doing it. He's gonna score a
cross.
take first blood just like that.
Right. Nathan now with the diamond counter and goes for an off goal there, trying to pull Spec away from his defense. Goes for a cut, but Spec is there to defend, and now Spec gaining control.
No, it's still in play. It's just being.
And it is a flippity floppity puck right now. All right, he got a little extra time there. He did that on purpose. He could have let it settle. That way Nathan would get iced once again.
Indeed, but he's gonna
Now
take
2-0.
another one. He's taking as much
Spec
time
with
as
that right
possible.
wall over.
Taking as much time as possible and finding his way to score those points.
Right. Nathan using the off goals to try to warm up right now. But then he gives it away. Spec just playing the mind game still with Nathan. Nathan now trying to go for a shot, but Spec actually lands the stop there. Got control, gave it back.
And is gonna take another shot. 3-0 to Spec. And there goes Nathan, now taking it, now getting himself
3-1.
on the board.
Nathan finally getting on the board, 1-3. Our scoreboard is having a little bit of difficulty. That's okay. We'll try to get it back in control here soon.
In the meantime, we have ourselves Spec is in full control of game 4. He's up 4-1, but now it's 4-2 for Nathan, and look at the look on his face. As hard as he's trying, to keep those emotions in check, it's not quite working. He's up.
Under or
Spec's,
over.
Spec's up 5-2. Really getting under Nathan's skin. 6-2.
Spec just taking a massive lead here in game number 4.
Taking a massive lead, taking full control. He's even getting Nathan to move away from his style a little bit, taking more time than usual. 6-3 now.
And now 3-6. Spec into this diamond pattern and a left wall over. Huge win by Spec there, tying it up 2-2.
2-2, and with a commanding effort too. Diamond Drift takes the left wall shot. What a shot right into the right corner.
All right, now looking over here at the chat, Fluffy Dragon Slayer, yes, Spec, yes! She is going for Spec. And then we have, let's see, Ricardo. I feel like this should be broadcast on ESPN. Absolutely. Man, the chat's just moving so quickly right now. We got a call saying upsetty spaghetti by Nathan. You know, it's back and forth. These two players having such a close match right now. Spec, the best I have ever seen. You know, he is definitely putting on a show against Nathan right now.
I know that's right for sure. And getting under Nathan's skin too. Really, really, really showing his best right now. To take 2 games, potentially could even take the set.
You can still change to Team Peter Santiago. It's okay. And another shout out, super chat by the Canadian Nerd. We appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, it's Ninja. That's
Yes,
I think that's what it is.
indeed,
The Canadian Ninja Nerd. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, when all of those letters are put together, it's almost hard to separate.
Right. It takes a little bit, but you know, us commentators, we look over and then we look back, and we just, you know, it takes us a little time sometimes to read these names correctly.
And
2-2.
2-2. We have ourselves an even game. We have ourselves a tight contest. I'm excited to see what the
Canadian
rest
Ninja
go.
Nerd saying that last match was wild. You are correct. You know, we saw a lot of different techniques going into play, different shots, and yeah, it was awesome. So thank you again for the super chat. We appreciate you. Now, Going into game number 5.
And
Spec
already
getting
taking first blood. Quick as can be.
1-0 now. Spec in the lead. Nathan now with time and control. Goes for an obstacle.
And
goes for the cut and nicely landed. 1-1.
And another thing to notice that not only has Spec put on his headband, but also Nathan has put on his headband. That's so you know we're really getting into serious territory. A great block by Spec.
A nice stop there by Spec. Huge. You know, this might be a different Spec than we're used to seeing. You know, last Monday he really came out, and now even this Monday really showing up to these matches, showing why he is ranked number 2.
Really reaffirming it, and possibly even going for number 1 right now, putting Nathan on the ropes.
Right, a huge quick right wall under by Nathan, 2-2.
If he's gonna try, but if he's gonna go for number 1, he's gonna have to try and stop shots like that. He's gonna have to deal with shots like that, no less.
Now, if you guys like what you're seeing, like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Let us know how you feel about this air hockey matchup. You know, here at the American Air Hockey League, we do what we can to make it more entertaining for your viewing pleasure. If you got any questions, let us know. Nathan now with time. Ooh, a nice block there by Spec, but doesn't gain control, so Nathan has it still. Nathan going for an off goal, trying to bait out Spec from his defense. What's Nathan going to shoot here? Right wall under, doesn't quite land. Another off goal, trying to pull Spec away. Right now, Spec is not in a good defensive position there. Nathan had an opportunity, but did not see it. And Spec taking a huge shot from Nathan there. I think Nathan calls a timeout.
I believe he does. Taking his time. You can tell from his emotions, from his body language. There's a hint of frustration on Nathan's face and all over his body too.
Well, and one of the biggest things when it comes to air hockey is not getting in your own head. And I think a lot of the time you got to pump yourself up. You got to tell yourself that you are the one that's going to win this, right? You got to be confident. And that's it. That's one of the biggest keys to winning is confidence. And just taking those for sure shots.
It's a thing to always talk about in any sort of sport. You're only as good as the confidence that you bring to the table. Pun intended.
Right. Now Nathan trying to go for a dragon shot here. Ooh, it tries to go for a transition shot there, but Spec does get a touch on it. Ooh, a nice block and right wall over by Nathan. Spec though trying to take advantage of the time shooting immediately after, but Nathan getting control.
Trying to
this might be the moment. This might be the moment where the flow of the game changes. Nathan getting that goal after the timeout, a huge motivator for most players.
Perhaps it could be.
All right, going over to the chat, we have but they have air hockey on the Ocho pretty regularly. $50 on Peter, says Nessil. We got Santiago. I'll match those $4.
I believe all of them are. All of people in chat are kind of hedging their bets on who's going to win, and I can't blame them. This is a very tight matchup. It could be anyone's game.
Right, Dan S saying go around for the toilet bowl shot, or also known as the moon shot, right? And we haven't seen the moon shot in a long time. Something that Spec has pulled out. One of the reasons why we started calling him Mr. Universe was his galaxy shots, but we haven't really seen too much of that yet.
We haven't seen too much of that yet, but you could argue for Spec that he hasn't really needed to use it too much. He's put himself in a good position. He's leading the set. He's leading the game right now, and he's really gotten under Nathan's head with his already expansive repertoire. So for him, it's probably more of a it's more of a break for in case of emergency break glass kind of move.
Right. He is definitely riding the edge right now, 4-4. Ooh, and we just got another member joining the American Air Hockey League, the One Pool. Welcome to the AAHL. Absolutely, you are awesome. We appreciate you joining as a member, and now you get all the cool and fun member perks.
I don't know if you just noticed, but you can hear the scream of rage from Nathan too. He's wondering why these shots aren't going in, why the things that he's usually been working on aren't quite working right now. The emotions are definitely running high. The tensions are running high for Nathan. Passing it off to Spec. He's really
Eddie's saying, let me gamble. I can read the script. We do not script here. We do not stage. We do not set up. The only thing that is set up is who plays who, right? We typically try to set up good matches for your viewing pleasure, but a lot of times too, it's just if a player challenges another player, that's how it goes. That's why we had a couple pros versus amateurs early on, because a lot of the amateurs wanted to see how they stacked up against the pros.
Indeed they do, and of course, when you're stacking
now
up
6-4,
6-4 to Nathan, and now putting himself in a game point position. An unfortunate moment, the puck landing in Spec's own net, taking his time. Unfortunate shot.
Again, Spec trying to ice Nathan. A great tactitious move.
Indeed.
I think a lot of amateur and pro players are going to learn a lot from this video if they see it on versing Nathan or Spec. You know, there's a lot going on in this match. And there it is, 5-6.
5-6, an immediate shot, taking his eye off the ball, and ooh, Nathan's really fired up now. Really trying to bring up the speed, up the tempo, up the ante. He's looking for a win, but Peter responds right back!
Will that timeout take the W for Spec? Will Nathan get it back? This is it. This is a moment of criticality. Come on. What are we going to see? Nathan slowing it down, trying to go for an off goal there, trying to pull Spec away. Goes for the cut. Spec, a nice touch, deflecting the shot. Nathan gets the shot in! So close, 6-7. The One Pool, I am a member now. He is part of the cool kids. That is right. Heck yeah. We appreciate you joining as a member. Man, what a match this is. Now 3-2. Nathan taking the lead, but every match 6-7, 5-6, whatever. It's so close. Man, I'm just on the edge of my seat.
Same
I don't know
here.
about all you. In the chat section, how are you guys feeling about this match? We got Santiago saying, let's go, Nathan, get him. Jacob, W, Grace Riva, way to go. You know, everyone, here's Eddie, let's go. We got Sil, understood, LOL, and Jacob again with another dub. So we appreciate you all. We got also in the other chat, you know, a couple people saying some cool things, but now we go back to the matchup here. 3-2, game number 6. Nathan warming up here again on the table, trying to stay engaged. Doesn't want to ice off. Fluffy Dragon Slayer, Pete, you got this. You know, he's definitely giving the number 1 in the American Air Hockey League a run for his money right now.
He's definitely giving the
number 1. We got Sil
1.
saying, commentary is the greatest of all time. We appreciate you. We do what we can to make it fun for all of you viewers. And hey, if you'd rather become a member than just being a viewer, you know, right next to the comment section to the right, a little money symbol, you can join as a member for only $5 a month and have all these great perks and times with us. You know, catch us every Monday night, you know, and getting to enjoy these matches. And we're trying to do better each time. We got a lot of things planned. We've got skits planned and other things. You know, we got a lot of big plans for the American Air Hockey League going forward. You know, we've only been doing this for about a year, and we were very bare bones when we started this thing up. And, you know, now we got like 7-8 cameras or something like that. And, you know, a lot of people involved. And we're just growing every single day. I mean, just today we had two new people here at the the table, along with having Carlisle here in the commentary.
Indeed, indeed, and we've really improved. We've really improved over this past year. We have different views for mobile devices and for laptop. We have all sorts of cameras here, everything to make sure that this really is the best viewing experience for our viewers, for people who just want to watch casually or people who want to learn something. This is where it's at.
Right. So up next after this match is Peter Kai taking it 2-0. Up next after this match is Ayla versus Kayla. That should be a very exciting match coming up next. And then we will also have the fans' choice match right after that. So stick around, stay tuned. And now, Spec 2-1 in game 6.
Nathan again letting the frustrations get to him to go down 2.
Absolutely, Spec taking a huge lead.
And Spec's already up 4-1.
Nathan taking that timeout, I believe, or maybe he's just playing the time.
But playing the
he's
time.
Playing the time.
Like
good move by him.
The emotion's getting to him, but he responds
and
right back.
Huge shot there, 2-4.
To already score. Spec having command, with Nathan looking to get back into this game as best as possible.
A nice challenge there by Nathan, getting control of the puck. Now bringing it back 3-4.
Just within 1. Spec looking to take his time to ice that fire, that newfound fire, the blue fire, to ice it out.
Absolutely. Can Mr. Blue, Peter Kai, take the dub from Nathan? Or will Nathan come back and take it from him?
He's going to take
now,
another
3-5. Nathan taking his time. Just super frustrated here right now. Ooh, tries to go for an off goal there, pulling Kai away from his shot. Oh, and it works with a huge cross. So quick, I wasn't even ready to see him shoot it myself.
Within 1.
A great off
like you
there.
can see Nathan though desperate, yearning to get another chance to try and chip away, get back into the lead, but Peter will not allow him to. 6-4 game point, and back at it 6-5.
Can Peter take him down here and make it a 3-3 game, or will Nathan take it and end it all? Peter goes for an off goal. Now Nathan, an opportunity to tie it up.
And we have a tie game!
This is it! Match point for Nathan! Game point for Peter!
Will we see it? And he's taking a timeout!
Timeout called! This is it, folks. Don't look away. Don't blink. This is the moment, the criticality point here. Carlisle, who do you think is going to make it?
We'll only see. Only one way to find out. Here we go.
Absolutely.
Oh, nearly put it in.
Nathan now.
He's looking for a shot.
Twice. 3 times.
And scores!
7-6. Nathan continues to reign as the champ in the American Air Hockey League. What a matchup.
What a matchup. What a moment. He was tried. He was tested, but he was not beaten. Winning in 6. What a shot. And what a player.
Absolutely. A valiant effort by Peter Kai. He took 2 games away from Nathan, almost taking 3. An absolute crazy match there by both these players. Wow. If you guys are having a good time here in the chat, remember to like, subscribe, maybe throw out a couple super chats, maybe join as a member, just like we had earlier today. We've had 2 members now. If you like what you're seeing, that's how you guys get to stay tuned and stick around and enjoy more of this fun stuff. We've got a huge match now coming up next. It will be Ayla versus Kayla, right? Kayla being one of our starter girl. Excuse me, I think it's Kayla. Let me hear. Oh, wait a second. We need to double check this. Going to the chat. Hold on. I might be mistaken on who Ayla is playing. Ayla is playing, not sure against who, so we will see here shortly. And there's another super chat by the Canadian Ninja Nerd. Quality set. Absolutely. That's what's so fun about these games. You know, the number 1 versus the number 2. An insanely close match. Peter really coming close to taking that dub from Nathan. You know, showing that he's really improved drastically right there. And you know, using that the timeout to ice Nathan on the spot. Oh, so good.
It was great, indeed great tactics, and he really did Spec really did push Nathan to the limit, but the limit wasn't he didn't push him over the limit. So, and also looking at the chat saying from Jake Michelle saying that boy Nathan B would have crashed out on a post game. There's a quote that I'm thinking about of you could only wonder what happened if he didn't win, but I guess we'll never know. Oh, I'm just getting word that it's actually going to be Ayla versus Courtney.
Oh, okay. A new contender. I don't believe we've seen Courtney play here before. Man, we've got all kinds of new players here tonight for our viewers. How fun is that?
Indeed. We've been,
you know, how exciting.
I think we've been seeing a lot. I think the reason why we've been seeing a lot of new contenders is because of Sunday's Gold Cup. We've been seeing a lot of new contenders throw their hat in the ring and really give air hockey a shot to try and prove themselves against the best of the best. And what better way to prove themselves against the best of the best than these pro versus amateur nights?
Right. You know, Ayla is still considered a amateur, but she is one of my favorite amateurs in this this league. And the reason why is because her shots are very precise. I feel like, I don't know if if you're a person who's ever watched an anime or a show or you know, you see like a young kid playing baseball, right? You know, when they're just having fun, but they're throwing a ball against the wall. And then, like, they'll have, like, a time lapse where the kid gets older very quickly. And as he's throwing that ball at the wall, he not only gets faster and faster, but more and more precise. And that's kind of like Ayla. She is very precise. She doesn't have as much power yet, and maybe doesn't have a lot of shots in her arsenal. But her accuracy is one of the best I've seen out of anyone here in the American Air Hockey League, besides the top pros.
Indeed. And I think, and going back to the anime reference, even though I feel like I should know of the baseball animes, but the only sports animes I think of that are similar to that is something like Kuroko no Basket. But I think that also runs through the same ideology and the same thought. You see these young players in high school basically come in with these raw talents, but then over the course of the season, they slowly work their way up. They get better and better. They improve and grow more and more. And as they tackle through tackle through different rival teams and schools, you see them develop and grow into these better and better players. And I think these Monday night matchups are really a part of that step forward.
Right. And now we have Courtney on the table, our first look, you know, in the warm-up match. And, you know, it looks like she does put her mallet in a good position up in front of her goal there. But she does seem to bring it back all the way to the goal, so she's still, you can tell. See how she brings it all the way back?
Right.
So she's in a good position, she just retreats too much, too often.
Right, indeed.
As a player, you know, if it was me shooting these, I would do a lot of cuts and crosses on her.
Right, indeed. A lot of cuts and crosses to take full advantage of her, to basically keep her on her toes, keep her moving as much as you can, but just forcing her reaction time to try and force her to make the defense and just sort of take the point from her.
Well, when you're on the table, there's two things that you always are looking for, right? What's their defense look like? What's their offense look like? Right? And so as soon as you can figure out exactly how they're playing their defense, you can coordinate how you want to play your offense, okay? Same thing. When you see their offense and you're seeing exactly the kind of shots they're shooting, you can coordinate the kind of defense you're on. that's the most important things when it comes to when you're first getting on the table against these players. All right, we're gonna go to Nathan now.
Yep.
Let's hear from him.
Here. Hello. Oh man, that was a crazy game. So, like, I've been the commentator all day, and I've played 2 days worth of games. So like Saturday we played for 3.5 hours, and my arm is starting to like absolutely kill me right now. And so it was a hard game. And every single time we play, he's always just that much closer, and we're neck to neck, and where it's 1 point away. I mean, we had 4 7-6 games. That's nuts. That's crazy. One game I got him 7-4. One game he got me 7-3. Overall, it's like we're 1 point difference. It's insane. So, anyway, yeah. So, all right, Spec, you want to jump up here real quick?
Spec, what do you think about that set there?
That set, yeah, I think it's the lightning headband didn't work out for me.
It didn't work out?
No. I should have brought my white headband, you know.
You should have did the bunny hops, bro.
The bunny hops. I have 2 shirts on. I'm already like very warm, and it's also super warm here because it's going into spring, you know.
You don't want to be cool. You don't want to be cool though. You want to be warm.
Nathan doesn't want to be cool either. Whenever he gets cooled down, he plays a lot worse than you think.
Oh, that's
so whenever Nathan is cooled down, that's like the chance to beat him. So that's why I would have wanted to beat Nathan in the first 2 games, and then power through the next 3, or next 3.
Yeah. Well, that was really intense match. It was a really intense match. Like, just sitting there watching, like, literally every goal. It was just neck and neck, and then it was 2 points difference, 3 points difference. It was really hard to tell like what was going on. It was super fast. It was you played really well.
Yeah, I mean, like, there were some shots that I wish would have went in, like that final cross, but he blocked it. I was like, oh my gosh, he blocked it. How did he block that cross? It was set up so perfectly, and then his instincts just came in, just like boom, right in the cross section. It's like, oh my god, I lost. And that's like the moment I knew I lost. But yeah, all those shots are just blazing fast, and you couldn't really like follow it unless you're kind of like already in the know of air hockey.
Yeah, seriously.
But
he lost possession a lot. Like he tried to regain it and just kept losing it.
Yeah, whenever he loses possession, it's the most enjoyable thing because he gets to scream a lot.
Yeah, he was on the edge of his seat there. He was
Let's see. Anything else you want to add to about my questions?
So, like, why do you prefer to be warm instead of cool down?
What I prefer to be more warm.
Right now,
Oh, dude! If I don't have this headband, there's gonna be sweat like everywhere in my glasses. That's why, I mean, I don't want to be too hot because that just makes me overheat.
Right.
But you want to be in a good state between warm and not too warm.
Warm is warm is like a calming factor.
Why do we have the loser taking up all the time? Dude, I'm the winner of this. No. But Nathan doesn't want to talk to you guys because he's such an introvert. Anyway, let's move on to the next game. It's going to be Ayla versus Courtney. Isn't that exciting?
That's gonna be
Ayla is Nathan's daughter. So we're about to witness greatness here. Greatness passed down from blood.
Yeah, it's in her genes.
It's in her genes. All right, back to you, Caleb and Carta.
Alrighty, and you heard it from Spec and Nathan. What a match that was. And now we'll be going on to Ayla versus Courtney. And then after that, we'll have the fans' choice match. That one is always an exciting time. Last week, Monday, we had Kayla and Nathan versus Spec. And Spec took that game. A fun match indeed. And now we'll be going on to the next match. How are you feeling about this match, Carlisle?
I'm really intrigued about this next match. I've actually gotten to see Courtney at a couple of the Idaho Gold Cup tournaments. She's actually relatively new to the entire sport of air hockey, not just competitive air hockey. She's only been doing this for a couple of weeks. She's had a couple of wins on her belt, but overall she's been getting used to the sport, getting new to it, and just sort of figuring things out as we go. And I'm intrigued to see what she does against Ayla. I'm intrigued to see, because she and Ayla have a bit of a close bond. They both work together and both trained each other up to
And
improve
look
themselves.
at that. There's the face-off. Ayla getting a quick right wall over, but Courtney's right back at her.
Okay,
A
very
huge
interesting.
start. Both these players taking a good shot at it. Oh, a block, but it goes in on herself. Unfortunate by Courtney there. Ayla now 2-1.
And Courtney taking her time, looking for the opening and finding her shots. She's very patient with it, but Ayla punishes her defense and takes another point.
Right. Remember, after this match, you guys have the opportunity to vote for who you want to verse each other. The fans' choice match. So, if you like what you're seeing, remember to stick around, and you can ask to have, whatever match you want to see. Assuming that the players that you want to watch are here.
Indeed.
All right, Ayla now with time. Ayla taking a huge lead now. 4-1.
But Courtney's still on the offensive, taking shots and taking a shot and going for the openings, but only just unlucky to not have it go in. Another straight shot. Ayla puts it in the corner.
Ayla really just taking control of the match. Ooh, a nice counter charge by Courtney there. Ayla getting control, goes for a cross. Now Courtney getting control.
And there it is,
Ooh,
great shot. Taking one
cut.
off as well.
Nice shot there by Courtney. Now Ayla with control.
And we'll take
a huge
another
right
point.
wall over.
One thing that's important to know is that these two have played each other before, but never on Monday nights. And so these two already know enough about each other, but we're getting to see it live right here and tonight.
Right. We got people in the chat saying, Demir, we got, Nathan versus Spec, round 2, let's go. Nathan Bus in the chat saying, Photon League in the house. Right. Oh, Photon Air Hockey League saying, Nathan, what a performance coming up clutch. Absolutely.
Indeed.
Also,
really showing
great
off.
shot by Courtney, says Chelsea. Absolutely. Now, going back to the game, we got 5-2. Courtney trying to come back here against Ayla in game 1. Now Ayla with time.
Courtney taking her time, using full advantage of all 7 seconds that she has. Really looking to find that opening and look at where Ayla isn't putting her puck, and then scoring shots like that.
Ooh, and then a huge left wall. I don't know if that was an under or an over. It was so quick.
And we
now
have ourselves a 6-3 game.
6-3. We've got in the chat Tovar Perry saying, first time watching pro air hockey. I think I found my new favorite sport. Couldn't agree with you more. The first time I saw this, I was like, this is a thing? And I think a lot of people have that, like, that question mark. And then it starts to get so exciting. It's so much fun. And, now I'm commentating for it, and it's a lot of fun. We get a lot of people here in the chat enjoying it. Remember, if you like what you're seeing, like and subscribe, share it with a friend. Everything helps, and it's free to you. Or if you want to send us a little super chat, you can do that too. It's as little as $1 right next to the comment section.
And Ayla taking a great right shot and taking the game for herself in a surprisingly close game, 7-5. Courtney showing a bit of her own experience, showing what she has learned as well.
Absolutely, taking that game 1. She is the #1 American Air Hockey League champion's daughter.
Indeed.
Nathan Buss's daughter, and you can see, some of that skill coming through. Look at that. She brings it up to the front and takes a huge cross cut there.
An
You know, it's a
impressive
cut,
shot
but it looks
indeed.
like a cross. Right.
And what better? And as being a student of the game, what better teacher to learn from than the #1 player in the state? Am I right?
Right. And a huge cross going out there now. 2-0.
And with a
3
great
to
shot
0.
to take
See,
3-0.
and I don't know if you remember me saying this, but I said, you know, after watching Courtney's defense, I said I would be doing a lot of cuts and crosses on her. And sure enough, you can see that's what Ayla's doing.
Cuts and crosses.
Cut. It's because of the way that she is defending. And now that Ayla has read that technique, she's taken advantage of it and is scoring shot after shot on Courtney.
Indeed, indeed. She's taking her time, finding the openings, and taking full advantage of the defense that Courtney's playing. It's an impressive
Right, and now a
skill
huge
set.
right wall under. She caught Courtney still trailing back to get their defense. And, you know, this is, you know, for us viewers, I would say Courtney is the underdog in this matchup. So, you know, send out your love and support to these players right now. Ayla now with time.
You know, taking her time and taking full advantage of the 7 seconds. Going for it. And Courtney
Ooh,
gets
a
one
nice
back!
Transition shot there by Courtney. Look at this. She read it coming her way and instantly goes for the left wall under. A nice shot by Courtney.
That's one thing I can definitely compliment Courtney on her play style. She's taking full advantage. She has almost counter-attacking style, waiting for the other player to make their mistakes and then taking full advantage of it.
Right. I would say 2 big things that Courtney could I would say the next time we see Courtney, she'll improve drastically. And the reason why is because there's 2 big things she can do differently. Number 1, keeping control of the puck. You'll notice that Ayla takes control of it. She has control right now. Courtney, she instantly shoots. She needs to take a little more time, take control of that puck, and set up her shots. Right? That's number 1. Number 2 is her defense. She needs to... Ooh, see, that was a good defense right there. See, her positioning is good. She needs to be a little more steady, a little more solid as a rock. Those 2, if she improves just those 2 things, she'll drastically improve her game immediately.
And there goes Ayla taking yet another victory, 7-2. Courtney's still getting some points off and still showing some impressive plays. She is, like you said, she really is showing and developing as we go. And
Right.
slowly working her way up, too.
2 games, 2-0. Ayla taking a huge lead here in this matchup, Courtney versus Ayla. You know, Courtney isn't ranked, Ayla is. And I want to say that Ayla is our number 1 in the women's division.
Yes,
You
that
know,
is
I mean,
correct.
They aren't exactly separate, but what I mean is, you know, she is the best lady in the American Air Hockey League currently. I think. I'm not 100% sure on this. Don't quote me. Don't copy paste me, okay? Now, Courtney, with time.
A quick look at the ranks. She is, in fact, number 1 in the women's division as of this moment.
Oh, well, there you go. So I got it right. That's good. I was sweating over here just a little bit in concern.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, it just goes to show. You know, I was talking about how great her position was early on, and yeah, I mean, it really shows. Her shots are accurate, and her ability to read, you know, just like I did early on Courtney's defense, she read it and started doing a lot of cuts and crosses.
But there's also
great job.
There's also Courtney taking her advantage, as we just saw in the replay, taking her time, looking, and taking her shot, going on the right lane, and getting a point for herself. But Ayla also responding right back too.
Right.
And Courtney getting another
and there it is,
one.
2-3. A nice shot there by Courtney.
One thing you
Ooh,
can
a
definitely
nice
see.
charge by Courtney. Courtney is starting to throw in. You know, she doesn't. This is something that I like to see with newer players too. Is Courtney? She ain't letting nothing get to her. And
No
we saw in the matchup with Nathan versus Spec. You know, Nathan really started getting hard on himself, right? Where Courtney, you know, nothing's phasing her. She's still just as motivated as when she first stepped on, you know, to the table.
Yes, that
Now,
did
4-2.
go in. 4-2 for Ayla.
American Air Hockey League saying $50 to the first person to get a 7-0.
And
we got,
Courtney again taking another shot and scoring. One thing I'm noticing for sure, and it did happen with the last two of Courtney's points, she's taking full advantage of how Ayla is defending. You see Ayla pushing up almost to the center of her own area, and Courtney taking full advantage and just putting a shot in the left corner. That was responsible for the last few points.
Right, that is something Ayla still has to work on with her defense. You'll watch, she backs all the way up to her goal. That's something that you gotta, she backs up too close to her goal. Something that she still has to work on a little bit. And that's it's good that you can see where you need to improve, because that means that you can.
And
right?
there goes Ayla taking yet another game 3-0. But even so, we're seeing signs of improvement, of adaptability from Courtney. She's taking more. She's still taking a consistent bit of points in every single game she plays, and credit to her on that.
Right. Now remember, this is an amateur match. This is a casual player versus an amateur right now. Courtney, first time showing up here tonight at the American Air Hockey League, and Ayla being one of the #1 in the women's division, she's showing why. 3-0 right now. So looking forward to the next match will be the fans' choice, right? So everyone here who is watching right now, you guys can decide who's going to verse who. Now, last Monday we did whoever was the highest donator gets to choose who does what. I don't know if we're going to be doing that again this Monday or if we're doing something else. We'll see when we get there. Now, Ayla, a huge counter charge by Courtney. Watch this replay. Ayla shoots, Courtney reads it, and a huge right wall. I mean, that stuff is stuff to be made of. I don't even know what to say with that.
A great move.
Amazing.
Sometimes you can just call it a great move by Courtney, taking full advantage of Ayla's momentum and scoring again to take. She's up 2-0 in this fourth game. All right, make that 3-0.
Whatever Nathan told Courtney, it's working. 3-0 now. Courtney just coming out of nowhere, taking a 3-0 lead against Ayla. Ooh, Courtney trying to go for a triple.
And scores again, 4-0.
What a shot!
What is happening right now? The tables have turned. And an amazing block too.
Maybe Courtney's a threat to me. Look at that! She reads these shots, she grabs and shoots them back instantly. This isn't something you see a lot of any newer player do. You see pros maybe being able to read some of these shots and instantly counterattack, but Courtney now 4-0, a huge amount of Oh no! Just when we start talking, now it's 1-4.
Now
she
it's
shoots
1-4,
on herself,
but she still has the momentum. Lead.
Right. Can she
and takes another shot. 5-1.
And Ayla hasn't made a single goal.
Make that 6-1 game point, Courtney.
Ayla's first goal is in on herself. Ayla going for a right wall under. Can Ayla even get a point on Courtney this game? Yes, she has a point, but not from her own volition. Ayla needing to at least score one.
Hearing from
Photon, to get out of this mindset.
Hearing the comments from the Photon Air Hockey League, the Mamba mentality, because she just took a game.
7-1. Look at these counter strikes by Courtney. I mean, you don't see this every day. Every shot has been a counter shot. It's like that Pokemon, the blue Pokemon, the counter Pokemon, or whatever you want to call. Like, you don't see it. Like, it's one thing to see it happen once in a match or twice. Like, she hit like 6 counter shots or 7. I don't know. Absolutely awesome job there by Courtney. This will be one to remember. When this live ends, go back and re-watch these shots on that game.
I am beyond speechless at that previous game. Going from only getting 2-3 points to just 7-1. Maybe
Listen,
we
it
are
doesn't matter
seeing
if-
something.
It doesn't matter if you're an amateur, casual, or pro. That match right there was a huge upset, unexpected, like just beautiful job by Courtney.
Indeed, indeed. And Courtney's taking first blood, but Ayla responds right back, and an exhale of relief. She can score the point. She is still in control.
Absolutely 1-1. Will Ayla now shut her down?
And Courtney with another counter!
Courtney has got Ayla's number and is trying every counter she can on her.
Like I've mentioned before, Courtney and Ayla have been competing together, have been learning from each other. Maybe this is part of that learning process. Maybe this is something that Courtney has learned from Ayla.
Well, maybe this is an interesting thought here. You know, Ayla, her shots are extremely precise, and maybe that makes her easier to read. She needs to start switching it up a little bit, throwing in some curveballs.
Indeed, maybe
Or
going for
curve
some.
pucks.
Oh, and putting it in her own net.
Oh,
Courtney
no.
does.
Now.
Ayla takes the lead. It's still not still not hopeless yet. Still only 3-2.
It's crazy because 90% of Courtney's shots right now are based off of counter shots of Ayla. So, you know, Ayla, almost just letting Courtney shoot now because it's the counter shots that are killing her.
Using her own momentum against her. Courtney taking her time, being patient, and letting it's like deflect moves in fighting games, counters. Sometimes the best offense is the other opponent's offense.
Well, and here's the thing. With Courtney's ability to anticipate, react, and deflect, right? This is a huge skill set. This is like an eagle eyes perspective. If she can become great at the sport, if she can really put in the time and practice, she could be one of the best players here at the American Air Hockey League for the women.
I could definitely see that as well. With her taking that, with her pushing the #1 player in the women's division, already taking a game off her. Even though she's down 5-2, she is still proving her best and looking out for those precise shots. But now it's game point to Ayla, and she's looking to shut this one down quick.
Absolutely. Ayla, she's just as strong, just as good a player out here. And there it is.
And there it is.
7-2, taking and ending that matchup 4-1. A huge match, man. That one match, though, what a fun zinger for all of us viewers. Man, how you guys feeling in the chat right now? Like and subscribe. Send out the love. Let's go to the players now and hear from them. Ask your questions and leave your comments for the players because they could see what you say and hear what you ask. Now is the time.
All right, Ayla, pop over here. How do you feel about winning?
Good. That last game, the second to last game, she had me, though. That 1 point she scored in herself, it was basically 7-0.
The Photon Air Hockey League, so they run weeklies in Texas. They popped in. I don't know if you could see them in the chat, but they popped in and they're like, oh, man, she's going to go Mamba mode now. Now that it's like, you just woke up the snake. Like, now you're going to attack. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. How do you feel about her gameplay? Because I know that she's pretty new.
I taught her well. I think she's learning a lot. She missed a lot of the diving ones, but so did I. But she was blocking a lot, and a lot of the time she would pull right up and then just make a shot as soon as I was out. And she was able to just catch a lot of those. She scored a lot of those on me.
You did pretty awesome, though. You did really, really. I'm kind of proud of you. Am I allowed to hug you on camera? Is that weird?
No.
All right. Hey, you should send her over with her little buddy over here. That'd be awesome if she's cool with bringing her little buddy over. I don't know if she's cool with that or not. Yeah, because that's pretty awesome. She goes every week to the arcade, and she brings the cutest little critter of all time. I don't know if we're going to be able to zoom in on it. Ayla, you might have to grab Josiah. So, guys, while she's grabbing her little friend here, a reminder, we're about to do the fans' choice game. What that means is you get to pick the game that's about to happen. Do you want it to be, do you want it to be Josiah versus Ayla? Do you want me versus somebody? You get to pick. And the best way to find out is just to, if you want to, it helps us a ton if you donate. And so you can pick whatever game you want. Right now, Excalibur, you get to choose if you're still in the chat. If you're not, we'll just go by whatever anybody says the most of in the chat right now. Pick the players that you want to see go against each other. Last week, it was a 1 versus 2. So it was a doubles tournament in a sense. So you can even pick 2 players versus 2 players or 3 versus 3 players. Let us know. All right, Courtney, you want to come over here? So Courtney, that was your very first game as in like in this type of a format. How'd you feel about the game?
I felt good. I just need to work on my wrist more, but I felt good. I'm proud of her how far she's come, but I felt good. Yeah.
She's doing super good. Okay, so who's your buddy here?
This is Bruno for like Bruno Mars, but yeah.
He's the cutest little ferret. He's always super sleepy. I don't know if anybody can see how sleepy this dude is right now. He's like the cutest little, and he's just always like this. Like he's just fully asleep. It's really fun. You can even like tilt if you rotate the camera, you can even zoom in. There you go. And so this is Bruno, super cute little ferret, and he like runs all over the floor, but he's like so sleepy and so chill. Okay, what tips would you give to the new players?
I don't know. Just stay calm. Try to do your wrist instead of your shoulder. Found that out, but just be yourself. That's kind of all I got. That's kind of how I am. But practice is practice, even if you win or not.
It's also scary being in front of thousands of people. And there's already 40,000 people that have watched today so far. Yeah, so it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but congrats on the game. I know that you're like, hey, I didn't win, but you got experience out of that, and that's what matters. So
that's how I'm looking at it. So
all right, you can go ahead, bounce over here, and so while the chat starts blowing up with all the votes, actually, I think I see the votes starting to get posted here in 1 second. I just want to remind everybody, I'm going to be in Logan, Utah, coming up on the 15th at 7 o'clock. If anybody beats me, they get $100. We got a lot of people in chat, like Aqua. I saw Aqua a little bit ago saying, I could beat all these pros. We would love to have you try. A lot of people think they could beat the pros because it looks easy on TV, right? So look at our stream 2 days ago, and we went to Wahoo's Fun Park in Meridian, Idaho, and we went up against anybody who would play against us. And I said, if anybody beats me, they get $100, and no one took the $100 from me yet. So if you want a chance at that, we used to do it more than 100, but people thought it was a scam, which is kind of funny. So meet me in Logan, Utah, at the Cache Valley Fun Park, and it's going to be at 7 o'clock. You can see the address on the screen right now. You can head over there, and if you beat me, you get $100. I'll even pay for the game. There's really no catch. I think the only catch is that you're playing a pro player, and it's going to be streamed, so thousands of people can watch it. If I get beaten, that means I get beaten live in front of everybody, so you can come and humiliate me if you like, or if you just want to come and hang out and have a good time and meet me, that would be fantastic. I would love to meet you if you're in Utah. I believe later in the month I will be going to Nevada, and I'll post the date and location as soon as we get those dates settled. So I'll see you in a second. I'm going to hand it back over to you, Carlisle and Caleb. Thank you so much for doing the amazing commentary.
Yeah, but thank you so much, Nathan, for hosting this once again. And we've got one more game coming up. It is the fan choice and the post. And the choices for the fan choice are up right now. You have the 4 options. You have Nathan versus Josiah, Josiah versus Anthony, Anthony versus Spec, or a very special one, which I wonder why, because it has my name on it.
I definitely want to see Nathan and Cruz versus Carl, and Spec.
I mean,
that is my vote. I am going to the chat section right now to place my own vote. I might even go to the second chat to make sure that this gets locked in. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those matches that you wouldn't want to miss. Definitely take my biased choice and vote for the bottom, the match that we all want to see, the Nathan and Cruz versus Carlisle and Spec. This should be a fun match.
I'm just out here looking at the results, and I honestly didn't think I sound like Plankton in that one episode of SpongeBob. I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far.
That is what is happening right now. The crazy matches are definitely the most exciting. I am looking forward to this. This is the moment for my week, I would say, and I'm sure for a lot of you, it may be the same. Something to look forward to, the fun, the joy. Love it. In fact, I need to go make me a little bit of coffee in anticipation for this match. Carlisle, you want to say words? I'll be right back.
Sure, no problem. We're just getting the rest of the polls up for our fan choice. Once again, your options are as follows. You have Nathan versus Josiah, Josiah versus Anthony, Anthony versus Spec, and the bottom choice, my favorite choice, biased maybe, Nathan and Cruz versus Carlisle and Spec. Place your votes in now. We have some very interesting options. We have number 1 versus number 3, number 3 versus number 4, number 4 versus number 2, and a good old-fashioned doubles 2v2 competition. Doubles with two, not just doubles with two, not just doubles, but doubles with two unranked, number 1 and number 2, pairing with an unranked opponent, with an unranked partner. And that, who knows, that might just be a little bit interesting. And looking at both polls, we have 65% and 1 for Nathan and Cruz versus Carlisle and Spec. And in another, we have Nathan and Josiah and Nathan and Cruz versus Carlisle and Spec tied at the moment.
No. We can't leave it tied. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I am getting onto the second stream. I have to make sure that this goes through and see this absolute Nathan versus Cruz Spec match. And there it is, 60-40. My vote counts. Double the vote. That's how we do it. That's how we cheat. You gotta look for those loopholes if you want to have the taxes and the investments work for you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we do it here. I got my coffee. You guys better go get your snacks, your knickknacks, and your Tic Tacs, because this match is about to go down.
Democracy at work, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely, the vote matters. You just got to remember to make 6 ballots and use different names for each. Listen, if you aren't a member, you can join right now the American Air Hockey League. It's next to the chat, the money symbol. Click that. For $5 a month, you can be a member and join us for these fun moments, these memories you're going to be making in the future. When we become the biggest thing on YouTube, you'll be able to say, I was a member from the beginning. I was here at the start. So join now. Like and subscribe. Get ready for this match.
It's gonna be a doozy.
Just like what I'm gonna do after I drink this coffee. Now, going to the match, what are we gonna have? Nathan and Cruz versus Carlisle and Spec is winning. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the match.
I'm pretty sure it might be the match as well. Which means I'm gonna have to go and prepare.
Absolutely. It looks like I may need a second commentator to take over for Carlisle, because we want to see what the commentator has on the field, as well as Cruz, one of our main moderators, getting these two players out there on the table. What a treat tonight has been, seeing so many new players. We got races for fun in the chat. One of our members, we love to see it. We got Photon Air Hockey League. Do reverse doubles. If you score, you get off the table. Interesting. Almost feels like a dodgeball style. I'd love to see a dodgeball air hockey matchup. Dodge the puck or get eliminated. Alrighty. Nathan chilling on the table. It looks like maybe, I don't know if are we gonna have Matt Bentley take over for the second commentary? Who knows? All right, my coffee mixed up and ready to go. Hopefully all of you viewers have grabbed your knickknacks, Tic Tacs, and Snickers, or whatever else you got to get before this exciting match. We'll be getting ready for this shortly. Stick around, stay tuned. The show is about to begin. Looks like they're still gearing up.
I'm now another commentator.
Oh, and it's Josiah becoming my second commentator. Excellent. Josiah, how are you feeling tonight after these matches?
I'm feeling very good. Who do you think's gonna win this next match?
Oh, who knows? It is anyone's game. We got Drew Long in the chat saying Ayla versus anyone. We got Tim saying vote viewer's choice, a doubles match, Courtney and Nathan versus Spec and Ayla. That's an interesting thought. But I believe that the vote choice has already come out. And then we got Bruno the Cutie says Rainsberger and Nathan versus Josiah. A lot of people wanting to see certain matches, but we know that we get to see the greatest match of all. Here we go. You know, that's a hard one. I haven't seen Cruz or Carlisle play ever, so I have no idea the difference in skill level there.
Yeah, Carlisle was just commentating with you a little bit ago, I think. And Cruz runs cameras and actually a lot of the streams.
Right.
So both behind-the-scenes players are coming up to this camera and playing with the top players, Nathan and Spec.
A lot of fun. I mean, we got a lot of people involved in the American Air Hockey League, and getting to see a couple of these players come out and play. It's kind of like Seth and I, being commentators that are remote. One of these days, we plan on coming out to Idaho and having our own match out there with you guys, but not yet. So, a fun match.
Yeah.
Love seeing these kind of matches happen. Nathan and Cruz versus Carlisle and Spec. I mean, I feel like Nathan and Cruz are going to have a tough time because Spec is good at keeping players on the table and icing Nathan. So I kind of think that Spec is going to take it.
Yes, but I feel like Nathan is going to take it. Opposing sides. I feel like Nathan's going to take it because Nathan and Cruz, Nathan's higher ranked than Spec, and Cruz has more playtime. So Nathan Cruz just has the better players, I think.
True. That is a good point. I don't know, though. If Carlisle can take his commentary to the table and use distracting techniques and commentary technique, then with Spec's ability to ice Nathan, that could be a huge combination to devastate this 2v2 combination.
Yep, well, we will see.
Absolutely. Nathan and Spec getting some time in on the table, warming up for this incredible match for Jaden versus Galactic Feds. We definitely want to see Galactic Feds lose just because of the name, but for Jaden, I don't know. It's an interesting setup. The warm-up is in progress. These two pro players warming up now. I really want to see Cruz and Carlisle warm up here. All right, let's see. What is the chat saying? That's the question. Oh, I have to go back to the other chat on my phone. I had to, cheat on my phone to get more votes in, so that way we'd see this awesome, epic match. All right, now going back to the other chat. Let's see what's going on. We got where we at tonight. We are located in Idaho. This matchup is the fans' choice match going on. We got CJ saying, I'm back. We got Michael Bowen. Hurry up and start the game. I agree with you. I want to see this match going. This is an exciting time here at the American Air Hockey League. Can I get a shout out? I already shouted you out, CJ. All right.
Multiple shout outs.
We got Photon Air Hockey League, Specs Vengeance game. He's about to drop a triple dinger danger. You're right. I hope to see that one. man, there are so many cool shots that we've seen players use. You know, one of the shots that I most want to see again is the shuffle shot. Haven't seen that happen yet. I also want to see, Josiah, your flip-flop shot, but it has not happened yet. I'm looking forward to that day.
Wait, can you remind me what that flip-flop shot is?
It's the one where you flip-flop shoot it. So one of these days...
Wait, so what do you mean by that?
You have to come up with the technique at the same time. But I believe what I envision is you hitting it into the air and then hitting it into the goal. That would be amazing. It'd be like...
I don't know if that's possible, but I can think of some ideas.
Anything's possible if you set your mind to it.
I have a table at my house. I could start practicing a flip-flop method.
It would be the greatest shot of all time. I think what you would have to do, okay, because you're not allowed to top the puck, correct? But could you, in theory, put the puck on top of the mallet?
Unless if it's at an angle. You're not allowed to put it fully on top, or if on top at a 45-degree angle.
So could you, in theory, take it to the wall and make it kind of pop up by force?
Yeah, kind of.
Interesting things to think about. All right, Nathan and Spec still warming up here.
They're not warming
Get
up.
your
They're
drinks.
Playing.
Oh, is the match already started? Did I already
Yes,
miss it?
it has started.
Oh,
you missed it.
Oh boy, I missed it. I missed the space off. 3-1 now. It looks like Nathan does have the lead, but Spec gets him off the table. And here we go. There's Cruz, our main village man that you don't get to see too often. And Spec taking him off the table, getting Nathan back on too quickly, I believe. I think he may regret that decision. Nathan now with time. Oh, races for fun. I'm Jaden. Now the name makes sense for Jaden, the member. Absolutely, we appreciate all of our members here. I apologize. I didn't realize your name was Jaden. Now I know. Oh, nice right wall under, getting Spec back on the table.
They are up 5-2 right now.
I didn't get to see if either Carlisle or Cruz made a shot yet. I'm hoping to see it though. Here we go. Cruz take a shot on Spec? He takes the time, goes for an off shot, goes for a cross, doesn't quite land. Spec now with time, a huge right wall under.
5-5, the point of criticality.
Absolutely, Nathan now goes for dragon. No, he changes his mind, goes for an off shot. Nathan goes back to the dragon stance. And he gets it with a huge double tap cross.
And Nathan will probably take the game.
Maybe. Can Carlisle use his commentator's technique? His presence of mind.
Oh! In the goal and out.
With the force. He goes for a right wall, doesn't quite land. Come on, Carlisle. You got this.
Get possession, Carlisle.
Ooh, a nice touch by Carlisle. Two nice touches by Carlisle. He gets control. He goes for a right wall, doesn't quite connect. Oh no, he gives possession to Nathan. Nathan now with time, goes for an off speed. Carlisle trying to hit it there. Goes over the line. Oh, Carlisle gets control, but he passes it to Nathan because it was a top touch by his hand. Nathan now fakes out with the right wall under, taking game one for Jaden.
7-5 for Jaden.
Match one for Jaden. And now, here we go. 7-5, game one to Nathan and Cruz. But so far, it's been Nathan versus Spec. We want to see one of these other players get a point on the board versus these pros. That's always the most exciting time, seeing a casual player come out and take points away from the top dogs. All right, going over the chat. John saying probably Mike. Rainsbarger starting. We got CJ. I got my bet on Galactic. The Mr. Universe, perhaps? The Galactic Feds? That is a good point. Rainsburg doubles are so much fun to watch. I agree. They are some of the favorite. I will say, obviously, the best pros matches are fun. Amateur versus amateur can be fun too. Amateur versus pro can be fun. But man, doubles, there's just something about them that just makes it so much fun.
It's mainly about like everyone cheering around. Because like in normal matches, they're just like focused and like not talking that much. But in doubles, you're like yelling and cheering for your teammates.
Exactly, and having a teammate who can either bring you up or bring you down, and keeping that momentum, that winning, feel, that victory cheer, the victory call, the trumpet, the horn of destruction. That's what can really change this game's momentum. And now Spec getting the first point in on Nathan. Can Cruz take a point from Spec? Oh, a huge right wall under. Too quick for Cruz there. Nathan back on the table. Might have been a mistake getting Cruz out that quickly, because now Nathan can heat up.
Yeah, 2-0. Spec might just stay on the table and carry his entire team.
It is a possibility, but I don't know. Nathan's looking pretty amped up right now.
Yep.
Goes for that right wall over and gets Spec off. Ooh, but Carlisle, the commentator, can he get a point off of Nathan, the number 1 American? There it is, the right wall under.
Nathan having a little comeback. Can Spec stop it?
And now Nathan's been on the table for quite some time. That's not good for Spec. Nathan is warmed up and ready to go. Look at these touches, the control, the angles of shots. If I'm Spec right now, I'm not blocking any of these shots. I don't know how Spec does it.
Nathan said one thing he does not like about doubles is when he gets off the table, he gets back on and he's not that good.
Exactly.
So if Nathan is on the table for a while, he crushes everyone. If he stays on, he just gets better and better.
Absolutely. I don't know if you were able to hear us when we were commentating earlier, but when Spec took that timeout versus Nathan and took the W from him, he iced Nathan in his spot. And it really worked to Spec's advantage. We love to see it. But now Nathan, he's been on the table for quite some time. It's going to be hard to get him off now.
Yeah. Unless Spec hit one of his special shots.
Ooh, a nice touch by Nathan there. It was going in, but not this time. Ooh, a huge cut there. Now Carlisle needing to save Spec. Can he do it? Can he keep Spec off the table? No. Spec comes back.
Nathan letting Cruz not play at all. It's pretty much Nathan versus Spec and Carlos. Like,
right. Nathan now with time. Spec needing to get control of this puck. We got Nicholas Lee in the chat saying, doom scrolling has led me to this sanctuary, this paradise, this gem of a show, this incredible sport, the American Air Hockey League. We are glad to have you here. Nathan now, once again with time, 6-2. He goes for a left 100 and lands now, taking 2 games to 0 for
And Nathan
Jaden.
carries Cruz so much, and he stays on the table for next match.
Right.
I don't know if you know how doubles work, but if you get scored on, you switch. And when the game ends, whoever is on there stays, and whoever lost switches with the other player.
I, in fact, did not know that. Thank you for the input. That is great knowledge to have. You know, you being one of the players here at the American Air Hockey League has greater insight than myself. I love it. And now, Nathan with time. Just kidding. We're here to the face-off. Can Carlisle take it from Nathan? Come on, Carlisle. No, you gotta get further up on your defense. You're leaving yourself open for the straights. Nathan just playing with his food right now. 0-0. Nathan going in for a dragon shot, but Carlisle with a good defense there. Nathan goes for another dragon shot off goal. Interesting style. Tactician there.
Scores on Nathan!
Charge! Look at this instant replay. A huge touch there by Carlisle.
Everyone is surprised.
Now, can Cruz take a point for Carlisle? The first time we've seen the battle of the Cruz versus Carlisle.
Amateur versus amateur.
Ooh, a nice touch by Cruz.
I actually don't know what a dragon shot is. I haven't heard it much until this comment.
A dragon shot is when you have control. Oh, and Carlisle taking 2-0 now. So it's when you take the puck, you bring it back, and you drag it forward before you shoot. See how he kind of, there it was more like a bump. But watch Nathan. You'll see here sometimes he'll do it, right? So
so you like take it from like the bottom and drag it up to the top and then shoot.
Right. That's why it's a drag-in shot. You drag it in and you shoot it.
I thought it was like the dragon, like the creature. Yeah.
A play on words. I may have created that shot myself. I pat myself on the back right now. Ladies and gentlemen, my ego reaches the ceiling. Now, Nathan still versus Spec. Nathan gets Spec off the table, but he may be in fear of Carlisle right now.
So
fast. He isn't. The huge, quick shot there. Retaliation play by Nathan. Oh, I love it. Okay, Evan Angel, I don't know. He says, wait, we can bet on this? Not exactly. I mean, in our hearts we do. But
everyone's asking for us to make a betting place.
I know, we would like to, and eventually we may, but currently we are in Idaho, so we have to do things interestingly to
How about
make it
this?
legal.
Instead of betting, super chat.
Exactly. Whoever sends the biggest super chat will be the winner in all of our hearts.
Right now,
but now for the floor,
Xando or whatever, Xavier.
Excalibur,
that's what it is. Yeah.
Number one in the dono list. He comes in and he always tries to take the lead for the MVP donations.
Every time he just donates. He's a crazy viewer.
If you guys like what you're seeing, like and subscribe. It's free to you, and it helps us grow. And, as we grow, we try to do everything we can to improve. When we first started doing this, it was on a cell phone, one camera, right? And then we got a camera, and then we got a couple cameras, and now we got replays. And every week, we try to improve where we can. Right now, we're actually trying to improve our computers because they're a little bit downgraded. We need to improve it to keep up with all of our massive integrations and improvements that we're doing. All right, here we go. Nathan cleaned the table up. It is now 5-6.
Nathan has to score on Spec.
Absolutely, Spec.
And then
last time he's on the table, can Spec get Nathan off the table here? Spec now once again has an opportunity. Oh, huge!
Score!
Transition cross! What a shot! 7-6, the final shot. Look at this
Bounces
transition.
Off
he
the
brings
wall.
it up the top left corner into a cross. Nathan had no time to react to that one.
Would that be a cut or a cross? It went on the cross side, but it went completely straight instead of crossing the table.
I think it would be considered a deep cut, but in my opinion, when you cross it like that, I just call it a cross.
Yeah, I mean, you're crossing the table just on your side of the table.
It's a cross cut. You shot it into a cut. Either way, a beautiful, wonderful shot there by Spec. And now bringing the game 2-1. We are looking forward to Cruz here getting some time in on the table. Can Cruz get a point for his team? That's the question mark. It's tough. These players, you got casual players with pro players. And, we've seen, our commentator managed to take a point from Nathan. A beautiful, fun shot there.
Yeah. Big Dogs Gotta Eat said, is this back in Idaho? Yes, we are streaming this from Nampa, Idaho. Or, I think it's Nampa, Idaho. And we do stream.
Nathan now with the dragon shot! But he does an off goal.
Is he gonna do another one?
No. He knows that Spec is waiting for it. Spec is a tactician of the mind. He sees and reads, and you can't do anything twice.
Well, Nathan just did an off goal twice. And then hits a cross.
A huge, nice cross cut there.
Oh!
Carlisle just quick and breezy catches him lacking.
Last time Nathan kind of scored on himself. This time Carlisle actually got a good left wall or right wall, and scores on Cruz.
Carlisle stepping up to the plate.
Carlisle scored more than Spec. And Spec is ranked.
Sometimes.
Spec is
That's
ranked number
how
2.
it be sometimes.
Carlisle's unranked.
Carlisle, the commentator, the GOAT, coming out. And this is why doubles are so much fun. You know, you got
another score on Nathan!
4-1!
4-1. I
Carlisle
gotta
just
replay that.
bringing it to him. 5-1. Carlisle cannot be stopped. He goes on the run of a century. Nathan now going for a dragon shot to throw Carl out.
Barely misses. Hits the edge of the goal. Carlisle gets possession.
Carlisle. A right wall, a left wall, a right wall.
He is shooting the shots so fast. You gotta set it up.
Can't stop. This is incredible. I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Carlisle putting up a fight against the master of the American Air Hockey League, the #1, the GOAT. Now Nathan trying to pull Carlisle away.
Nathan loses
He even
his
throws
mallet.
his paddle at him. He tries everything to take this point away from Carlisle, but Carlisle says, no, I want every single point this match.
That was over, but I don't think the ref saw it.
It does.
Oh,
it
there
did.
we go.
He passed
did.
it back.
Yeah.
He what a call by the ref. He has eyes of an eagle.
Oh,
and
Nathan
it
finally
makes a difference.
scores.
Can Spec get a point this match for his team, or is Carlisle gonna carry him all the way to victory?
This is like the first time Spec has played this game.
Spec gets a huge cross.
That was the last
Now,
time
Cruz,
Nathan.
Cruz, you have to step up to the plate.
Cruz has
We
to score
need you
5
now.
points. 3 against Spec and 2 against Carlisle. Cruz scores against Spec. The amateurs are actually better than the pros.
He pulls off Spec a move of the century. Come on, Cruz. Take us all the way.
The first
Can
time the
he do
amateurs
it?
are doing better than the
Oh,
pros.
there it is. Carlisle making almost every point. He made 6 out of the 7 points that match. What a beautiful match that was.
Cruz scoring on Spec and Carlisle scoring on Nathan twice.
This is why I love doubles. You get these unexpected shots, these unexpected matchups, and it's just so much fun. Look at these players. You can see the joy, the fun they're having, versus when it's the pro versus pro, it's a much more intense, much more serious match. So, everyone's, play style and demographic is different, right?
You gotta mix it
people
up every
really
once in a while.
Right, you got the people who love seeing that pro intense match, but you also have the people who are just, enjoy watching a good time, fun times, and that's what this is all about right now. The 2v2, the fun matchups, and now Nathan with time. Ooh, and he does get Carlisle off the table. A good choice by Nathan, bringing Spec onto the table because Carlisle doing a huge move here.
Douglas Graducuff. I think might have butchered that, but hopefully I got it correct.
Good cuff, I think.
I hope this helps with the PCs. W YouTube feed. Sounds like the player commentator has some. There's a lot of words I do not know how to read. You got this, Caleb.
I'm not sure on that word either, but I will try to not butcher it. So Douglas Gudenkoff saying, hope this helps with the PCs. W YouTube feed. Sounds like the player commentator has rotaxism. I've never heard that word, but he said, I have it too. I salute your confidence to announce. We appreciate the $5 dono, and maybe that's something I'll have to look into.
And it will help with the
out that word
PCs.
later on.
Thank you, Douglas.
Gudenkoff. There we go.
That's how you say it. Gudenkoff.
Are you? That sounds almost German or Russian. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But thank you so much for the $5 donation. It really helps. Now, going back over to our game, What's the score? What's going on?
2-3. Spec just scored on Cruz, but Nathan or for Jaden is still up.
So Nathan and Spec now up to the plate. Can Cruz or our commentator take them down once again?
Ivan in chat says hi. Hello.
That is it. Oh, my adopted family is German ancestry, but I'm adopted from Ukraine. Subby.
3-3. Spec ties it
We
up.
appreciate you, Douglas.
And Spec will probably get in the lead with this point. Or about to get point, I think.
Remember, if you guys like what you're seeing, like and subscribe, and you can either donate with a super chat or become a member. And we love to hear from you.
They
Leave a
both help
comment,
us
leave a
out.
question.
They both help us out a lot.
Spec now dominating the table 4-3.
And even if you don't want to super chat or give money, you can always give us a like and subscribe. Double tap the screen, or subscribe.
It's free to you and helps us. Nathan now with time. He's warming up. He goes to that left wall over. Spec gets control now though. Goes for a cut and oh, did
Scores.
Nathan get a touch on that? I'm not even sure.
Let's see the replay.
It
No.
looks like he might have, but I don't know.
I think it barely missed his mallet, so Spec got an own goal and kicked himself off the
Interesting.
table.
Unfortunate there for Spec. Now 4-4. Can our commentator take Nathan down again?
He got a very
has
good
time.
block. Even Nathan said that
Another
was a
good block. Oh, and a nice
go.
right wall under for Nathan.
Big
Taking
Dog
him
gotta
off the
eat.
table.
Said so. The Galactic Feds are the underdogs in this one. I think so, because for Jaden has both higher ranked
Oh, and
players.
Cruz gets him off the table.
Cruz
6-5.
scored on Spec
Cruz
for a
only needing one more
second
point
time.
now.
This is the second time.
Can Cruz take the W? And he does!
Cruz! Cruz
Was that a
won
shot by
multiple.
Cruz or was that a own goal?
That was by Cruz, I think.
Oh,
Yeah!
he accidentally got a backward touch on it, turning it into a turkey shot. A turkey shot!
And Harris lays on the floor after that shot.
If you guys don't know what a turkey shot is, it's when you hit the puck into your own backboard and it lands in the opponent's goal. That's what happened. It was like a transition turkey shot that he just did there. I don't believe it was intentional, but still, what a fun shot and great match right now. 3-1 for Jaden, our member here at the American Air Hockey League. They are taking the dub right now, 3-2.
Yeah, that is another point by Cruz, which is surprising as both Cruz and I'm having a blank.
Cruz and
Cruz
Carlisle.
and Carlisle.
Our commentator, the thing about doubles is it just getting used to a new player coming on the table, even as a pro, it can really throw you off your game. That's what makes these so much
you
fun.
play and you hit like these you have to hit these crazy shots to score, and then once you finally score, then like you try to hit the same crazy shot and they just like are there because they don't know how to actually like block, so you have to hit like a dumb shot and it works.
Right. We got Nicholas Lee saying dragon shot, turkey shot, IFW these strat names. You know, that's what we do. You know, sometimes we come up with them ourselves. Sometimes they've been around for a long time.
Nathan scores! Look at that
transition!
replay!
Bang, bang, bam! And it's
Spec
over
shoots,
for Spec there.
and Nathan barely taps it and scores on Spec.
I mean, yes, but this is a game.
What a touch there, man! You love to see it. Even with these fun matches, you see some high-profile shots come out. Now 4-1 or 5-1, I don't know. It's so quick, but Spec gets him off the table.
Yeah,
a great job by
2-4
Spec.
right now.
Cruz trying to go for a quick shot now, but no, it does not work. But now Spec getting Cruz off the table quickly. 3-4. Was that a mistake by Spec getting him off the table so quick? I think letting Nathan cool down longer would have been a better choice here.
Yeah, but if if he did let him cool down longer, Cruz has a chance to score in spec like he did 2 other times.
It is true, but if I'm a high-profile player like Spec, I can use a lot of off-shot goals. So Cruz doesn't even get the puck. But either way, 4-4, it worked out to Spec's advantage. Now, Spec versus Cruz. Oh, a nice touch by Cruz. Almost lands in Spec's goal. Oh, a huge counter by Cruz. Cruz really coming out hard against Spec. Oh, but Spec does get the shot. 5-4 now.
What shot is this? Oh, we didn't get to see it in the replay.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the chat, you know, the chat goes by so quickly, and we're here trying to commentate the game, so sometimes we may miss your comments and questions. So if you guys do a super chat, it is much easier for us to see it and read it. So if you're feeling like you're left out, don't feel that way. We will try to catch you when we can. Now, what a huge play. The puck went flying. A huge face-off there.
Actual ceiling powder.
They're wiping down the table.
There are mics actually attached to the ceiling, but he hit it so hard that some of the powder from the ceiling fell onto the table. And Nathan's explaining that the mics are off.
Oh, so they may have to clean the table real quick, or maybe they'll play it.
Yeah, he was wiping it off, but I think he's gonna try to clean it off. Or not? They're gonna do a face-off.
Going back to the chat, when you asked about the turkey shot and the dragon shot, there's definitely some more shots in the arsenal here that is really, if you guys, listen, you guys can go to some of our previous lives and you'll see some of these other shots. One's called the stumble shot. Or sorry, the shuffle shot, but it might as well be the stumble shot. No, the shuffle shot. That one was so much fun, done by Javier. And then we also have one in the future that has yet to be played on the live, which is the flip-flop shot here, done by our own announcer right now, Josiah.
I gotta make
Hopefully
that
one of these days.
I'll see if I can get it.
We also had the triple dinger danger. I know you guys haven't seen that one in a long time, but that one's always fun to see. All right, now Nathan versus Spec right now. Whoever gets this, Nathan, if he gets this point, it is all over.
But Spec scores.
Oh, Spec gets it though.
Cruz needs to go.
6. Cruz can end it all. He can end their careers. This whole
Nathan is teaching
matchup could
Cruz.
be over. Nathan giving the advice with the timeout time. Cruz now, an opportunity. Can he end the pro's career?
It's 6-6.
6-6.
Oh, he tried to catch Spec.
Oh,
unaware,
Cruz
but he goes in on
self-goal.
himself.
See if we can catch this. He shoots such a slow shot, and it goes in his own goal.
Oh no!
No.
How does that happen? The agony, the suffering.
Wait, did that count? Because I don't even know if they called it in play yet.
Oh, it's a read.
Oh, he was trying to give the puck to Spec because it wasn't in play yet and it was Spec's possession. But he scored on himself on accident.
Man, there is some craziness going out on the table. This is why we love doubles. And here we go. Now we're back in play. 6-6. Can Cruz take down Spec? Oh no! Spec gets it.
Shot. It is.
Either way, he gets that dub.
The 7th game of this set now.
3-2-3. You said Nathan and Carlisle.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Nathan and Cruz. We're gonna take down Spec and Carlisle, but here we are now.
I thought they were gonna crush them, but
this is what I'm saying. The doubles, you just never know what to expect. You know, Carlisle coming out huge in this matchup right now.
Well, we will see who wins.
Right.
They are wiping off the table now. After the ceiling powder.
If you guys like what you're seeing, remember to like and subscribe. Everything helps. And we're looking forward to doing a lot of other interesting activities here in the future. All right, here we go. 3-3. The face-off. Nathan getting first possession.
This game is the
goes
game
to the right wall under.
that decides who wins.
This is the last match of tonight. Nathan with control. Spec, huge block. Oh, but not this time. Nathan taking goal 1 in match 7.
This could be Nathan being on the table for the entire last game.
Ooh, Nathan getting a good touch on that. Ooh, a nice block by Carlisle. Come on, Carlisle. Show him why the commentators aren't to be trifled with.
A good shot by Carlisle, but Nathan gets possession
Going
and
for an
scores.
off-speed right wall under. Look at this off-speed he does here. Boom, shoot, bam. Amazing shot by Nathan there. Now, Spec needing to take back some of these points. Otherwise, it's all over for them.
Nathan is keeping his position
Nathan
on the table.
keeps time. Carlisle having to throw it up. He tries to go for a triple wall. Doesn't quite land, though. Nathan now getting possession. And a huge right wall under. Gets him off the table once again.
This could be a skunk in doubles.
It could be. Spec going for a really good transition shot. He brings it up to the left hand and goes for a cross. It's a huge shot. See, look, he brings it up to the top left corner, goes for that right wall. Doesn't quite land. Nathan now with time.
Nathan,
is this going to be a blowout end game match?
All of his
or will
points.
this be a comeback story for the Galactic Feds?
All of Nathan's points. He has not done the diamond drift, and normally he does the diamond drift. But he's just setting it up.
Nicholas Lee, the more ridiculous the strat sounds, the more effective it is. Everyone knows that, absolutely. And now LPK, controversial finish avoided. We got Big Dogs Gotta Eat. Did Nathan bring the trophy this time? He's bringing his guns to this show, that's for sure.
And he does have the
4-0.
weekly tournament trophy every Sunday at 5. He won last Sunday and got the trophy.
Retro Meek saying, bro going demon time. That's right, he's in the flow state right now. The zone, 4-0.
The longest volley ever. What do you call it, a volley? Or what would you call?
I'd call it a rally or a volley. And, you know, Nathan is Spec doing an incredible job blocking all those shots. Nathan had control for like a whole minute. Spec just taking every shot, just the brunt of it, blocking over and over.
If Nathan scores, this will be the last time the commentator plays. Carlisle.
Absolutely. Come on, Carlisle. Show him what you got. Oh, Nathan taking his time, taking him out.
Spec
this could
has
be a
to
7-0.
stop the skunk and scores 7 points.
The dragon cross. Oh, he tries to go for an offhand left wall under. He's really just trying every shot he can right now against Nathan, trying to switch it up, trying to pull Nathan away from his defense. Can Spec get a point from Nathan? Well, Nathan 7-0. This is the match point.
Nathan
Spec
does not
still
get
with
possession.
time. Nathan is starting to get
No!
And there it is!
It's not a
Spec
7-0.
gets it. 1-6. Can Spec stay on the table for the rest of this match, taking out Cruz and Nathan over and over?
He has to get the craziest comeback.
He would have to do the craziest comeback. Maybe Cruz will end it all.
Maybe if Spec just gives up possession.
And here goes Cruz.
Cruz hits it on himself.
Cruz making the last point. Not last point.
And Nathan scores.
Making the last point. The final shot replay.
Nathan does
and
a
Cruz
drift.
taking the W.
He does a dragon shot. A dragon left wall over.
Exactly. Now you've got it, Josiah.
Yeah.
That's right. The dragon shot. Oh, and now we've got another $5 dono from Douglas. We appreciate you. Good games. Off to bed for me. Got a flu. Oh no. And I am sleepy. We'll definitely be watching more in the future. Great game and commentary. Bless you all. Cheers. We really appreciate that, Douglas. We do these lives every Monday night. We also have an arcade live on Sunday night. And then we also have a challenge the pro and overthrow the pro sometimes on either Friday night or Saturday night. And what those are is casual players have an opportunity to play against the pro players, and if they win, they get $100. So far, no one's been able to beat the #1 in American Air Hockey League, and he challenges people for like 3 hours straight. So overthrow the pro. It's
How do you
really fun to
feel?
watch.
This
I'm really
first time
looking
playing.
forward to one of the days
Well,
when a casual player
It's not really
beats
the
the pro.
first time. It's
We'll see.
like the third.
Either way.
But
Oh,
even
we're going
so,
to the,
it was a really good experience to play with Spec and go up against Nathan and just sort of figure out Nathan and his style and how he plays. I got a couple points off him, so yay me. I feel good about it. I don't feel good about the fact that we lost, but you know, competition. That's how it usually is. So
You did score it against #1 in Idaho multiple times, which is very good for a new player.
I think I did well for what it was worth. I tried my best. I put my best effort out there, and I honestly can't really complain. I gave it my best shot, and hey, 2 points is 2 points. That's something not a lot of people can say. So can't complain.
Cruz, why don't you come on up here? Yeah. For getting interviewed for the first time.
I spend most of my time in the back.
Yeah, how do you feel about winning and scoring on Spec also?
Nathan did most of the part.
Yeah, but you did get some couple points and a final shot.
I'm surprised. So that 1-2 with Soul Shop against Spec, I don't know if he just wasn't paying attention or just wasn't expecting it to be that slow. I found that we found that super funny. That Spec got that out.
We heard you all laughing from the back there.
I see. Is there any questions? Nope.
Nathan,
Okay.
do you want to come up? Yep. Nathan is coming up to get interviewed. And maybe Spec, but I don't know if he'll be here. Grabbing your mallet.
See, the trick for a game like that, you see, is you pick Cruz on your team, right? The sleeper agent. They never see him coming. Then what you do is you say, come on, Cruz, try harder. And then the other team goes, Cruz, you're doing good. And they start believing in him, right? And just like Santa Claus, the more hope that they fuel Cruz with, the easier he destroys the enemy. So he might say, I was carrying him. Nay, I say, he carried me. Can I drop this?
That would break the equipment. Spec! You got so close, and you even got scored on by Cruz.
Dude, he was being such a coward, playing just shooting all over the whole game. Dude, he was playing the most boring game in the whole world, just hitting over shots. Like, what a coward he is. And
Well, then how did you let him score on you if he was playing so easily and boring? Nothing.
The only reason I lost is because Nathan was playing like a super coward.
Well, what about the game when you and Nathan played? Nathan did win.
Yeah, but he was doing more shots than just overs. Like, the whole game was just playing over shots.
All I hear is excuses, excuses, excuses.
Why aren't you number 2, huh? Why aren't you number 2?
Because you're better than me. That's not... Well, we hope... Sure. And Nathan's going to end it off for us tonight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. All jokes aside, we appreciate everything that you guys have done for us by watching, by subscribing, by liking. If you double-click, it likes it for us. I'll be in Utah on the 15th. If you want to get a shot at $100, all you have to do is beat me in one game, okay? Just one game. Do you think you can overthrow the pro? You'll get $100. Logan, Utah, at 7 o'clock. That's at the Cache Valley Fun Park. I'll see you there. If you win, you get $100. And it is the first time we're really announcing it. So I really think that I'm really hoping that we just absolutely cover that arcade with business, because then arcades all over the place will notice it and start inviting all the players to it, and it should be a lot of fun. So we'll see you guys there. I want to give a giant shout out to Ruth Kamichek Real Estate. She's the best amazing realtor in the entire world. She helped me out more than I could ever possibly fathom. She was really there for our family. And if you ever have any questions, shoot us an email. So you can reach out to us at aahlconnect@gmail.com. And we would love for you to connect with us. Lastly, if you want to, right next to the chat bubble, there's this little dollar symbol. You can click on that and give us a chat. And you can hit exclamation mark and put in your state's initials in the chat. And it'll also show you about the events in your area. So check it out. There's some amazing events in Texas, like the Photon Doubles Tournament. There's some crazy awesome events in North Carolina. There's some awesome event in Chicago. So hit us up in Idaho. All right. I'm going to stop rambling. I appreciate all of you. We'll see you next week, and then hopefully I'll see you the week after in Utah. So from all of us at the American Air Hockey League, and from Caleb and Carlisle and everybody who helped commentate today, thank you all of you guys. From all of us here, we'd like to wish you all an amazing night. Bye, everybody. Yes. Well, so Caleb.